Hello? Hello?
My mic was muted.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, hi.
Have we turned into mice? Nope.
Not yet.
You want to wiggle your camera a little bit? Just a little wiggle woggle? There we go.
Oh, was it by a little off?
Yeah. Now my need for things to be symmetrical and in the right place has been satisfied. What's up, chat?
J Deacon says volume fixed. Fingers crossed. Are you our volume?
Yeah, that's our commenter.
That's our volume guy.
That's our volume guy. We talked about you, J Deacon.
We had a conversation
offline.
About it.
We talked about you, dude.
We talked about it. K Spice says sup, chat. Steve says sup. Rogue Bullhead says sup.
Tigra the Tigra. Yeah, we're Dino. We're gonna get into some Bloomburrow.
J Deacon says sap. And then where Dino got in there and broke the meme and said, yo.
Nitro Nick, sup. Steve, sup. Nico, sup. Cyclove, we appreciate you. I like how you have a... Is that a brain? I like how you have a brain in your username. That's cool. That's interesting. What's everybody thinking of Bloomburrow? Bloomburrow. I'm having a stroke while I'm right here on stream. Bloomburrow.
Oh, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Bloomburrow. Lasagna said it actually seems kind of loud. Oh my god. Shit, go back. Sob, dude. Sob, dude. You ever seen that sketch?
Now I'm interested. How is the stream volume? I want to know.
Sob, dude.
I want to know about it.
Deacon, we need a review. 1 to 10. How's it feeling? 1 to 1,000. How are you hanging? And then 1 to 1 million. Rate your soul.
How many people had to adjust their volume up when they joined this stream?
You were watching something previously and then you joined us and you're like, damn it, I hate that the Jake and Joel or Magic stream is so quiet. Yeah, Kirk, 2 streams in a row. Just more of our faces, eh? 7. J Deacon gave us a 7. Spec gave us a 7. Jake, if the judge from France gives us a 7, we win the skating tournament.
We need a 7. Volume levels are 10 of 10. Wow.
Oh god, thanks Australian judge for screwing it up. Straight 7s and then you give us a 10. That's gonna pull us down into the lower bracket. We're not gonna be able to be in this conference anymore.
I'm keeping notes for chapters, and do you want to guess what the first chapter of this video is before or after thanks patrons?
What's up?
It's talking volume levels with chat.
Yes, good. Whoa, I just drug all of the stream assets off of the stream because Streamlabs gets wonky sometimes.
Oh no.
I just reset it. Yeah, I'm looking back to the... Oh, it's a little bit behind over there. I'm watching the stream now to watch what happened, watch what it looked like to chat. Oh, yeah, they just all disappeared at once. That was weird. Okay. Chat, I hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Big thanks to our sponsors. We'll have a little sponsor segment later in the stream. So don't go anywhere right now. We got some games to play, and we hope that y'all want to play trivia with us. So get your phones ready. There will be a QR code on the screen coming up, and y'all can play trivia along with me and Jake. Try and beat me and Jake. Person who gets first place gets dragon shields.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Should be fun.
Yeah, big thank you to all of our sponsors. What are they? They are Card Conduit.
Best place to buy your cards on the internet. Drip Shop, find us live streaming. TCG Player, buy your cards.
MTG Stocks.
MTG Stocks, track their prices. Maxfield, do the deck lists.
That's it. That is it. And we will talk at length about our sponsors later on in the stream. Zach G says we need technical difficulties or it doesn't count. I'd love to see Zach G out there. Good to see you, man.
We're banishing chat. It's time for our little moxel.
We love you. You were great.
So we start with mouse.
Mouse.
All right, so chat, what happened is we got an S and an E. They're in the wrong place as indicated by the yellow, the whatever you want to call it, desert, tan, pick a name. I want some
Let's do Siren.
Good names. Oh my god, Jake.
Holy cannoli.
There you go.
Whoa! Shut
Is that the fastest that we've ever done that?
Oh my god, we just speed ran the shit out of that.
I didn't even get.
Oh my god.
I didn't even get the whole explanation of
chat,
the game.
Get
out.
on our level. Mouse, siren,
oh my
risen,
god,
it's over.
dude, that's it.
Good night.
Well,
Good
if
night.
it's a pink letter, you know that you got the letter and it's in the right place. And if it's a tan letter, you know that you got it, but it's in the wrong place. So when you get 3 purples and 2 tans, swap those tans and you're home free, baby. All right, that's the first game we play. Typically, it takes us way longer because we're morons. But
that was gnarly. That was like next level, dude.
Second game
That's
is called Commander's Herald. This is like Hangman Guess the Card. What we're trying to do is use some letters for clues, but really the ultimate goal here, guess the name of the card correctly.
Wait,
and spelled correctly.
Siren and Risen, they have all the same letters. That's crazy as shit.
Yes, I was able to just swap the R and the S. That's what I was saying. Because it was like, I mean, there's no other place for them to go. You nailed it with Risen, basically. I didn't have to do any thinking on that one.
No, you did Risen. Or no, the one before it. Yeah, Siren. Wow. Anyway, okay. I won't get over that. That was hilarious.
I don't have to do anything. All right, so what we're doing now is we're playing Spellify. Spellify is like guess the card. That's basically what we're playing, but it's also stapled to a game of Hangman so that we can pick letters as clues. We've also got access to MTG symbols since this is an MTG themed game of Hangman.
Wow, what do we got here?
What is this? Is this?
I'm thinking like a power and toughness 10, or something.
Yeah, like what are 2-digit power toughnesses? Oh no, +1/+1.
Yeah.
Put a, yes, that's what it is. Put a +1/+1 counter until the...
It's not hardened scales.
End of turn. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's end of turn.
Snakeskin Veil?
Let's see if we can just one-shot this. Oh, Jake.
Is that it? Shit.
This is the best night we've ever had.
Wow. Yeah, once you had put a 1/1 counter, I was like, all right, we're in.
Nailed it.
Snakeskin Veil. Okay.
All right. Spec, are you here? We're all ready to trivia. Chat, the third game that we play is trivia. Let me swap over. You'll get your phone ready.
Mm-hmm. Any excuse to go on my phone.
All right, chat, we back. Yeah, we smashed the games tonight. Typically those 2 games take us all the way through to 9 o'clock. So I don't know what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah, that was just like we're in the zone, auto zone, apparently.
That's absolutely right. Let me get you a code.
So we are going to, what was it called again?
I'm gonna give you just a little thing you can scan.
Tight. Let me just get our camera out, right? Oh,
what's
yeah.
That? All right, scan that and get in. Everybody get your phone ready. If you're familiar with Jackbox, we're going to do something a little like Jackbox. We can do custom trivia games on a site called Trivia Maker. And if you're familiar with Jackbox, basically you're going to scan a thing on your phone, QR code here in a second, put in your name. Please keep it PG, and we can play trivia together. This is prepared every week by the lovely Spec. Spec, are you with us yet? Can't hear Spec if he's with us. Let me see. Let me just check the room. Nope, he's not in here yet. Spec, our mod, our producer, writer on the channel. Perfect. Makes this for us every week, so huge shout out to Spec. Oh, you're in Mod Lounge? Is production room still not open to you? Go chat. Chat, scan this QR code and you will be entered to play. You can also just go to play.triviamaker.com, put in 139202 and you are entered to play. The
winner of this will get a set of dragon shields.
See, and that's
courtesy
the problem.
of our sponsor.
Little side note here. Lasagna Destroyer said ads are very loud, and that is kind of the symptom of the problem. We do have a quieter stream because the ads
so people are turning
the
volume up,
right,
to hear us.
Yes.
Okay, we'll just get the cloud lifters. We budgeted for it, so we'll just get them, and then what will happen is it will all be the same level of volume, because I know that transitions are loud too.
Right.
So yeah,
we'll figure it out.
I'm right there with you.
We'll look at it. We'll look at it. There might still be some stuff that we can adjust on our side. Just know that chat, anybody run into that issue, thank you for letting us know. Please let us know, honestly, if that's still an issue. Like, we need the comments. That's the only way we know stuff's going on. But we will work it out. Spec, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
You sound buttery, dude. Nice mic.
Dude, do I sound nice?
Yeah, you got a little upgrade going. Are you one of those MTG CCs I've heard so much about?
I see a new mic.
It is, well, by new mic, if you mean really, really old mic. Fun story. Me and my dad used to have a recording studio back in the day, and we had an RE20 kicking around.
Nice.
We used it to record kick drums and stuff. So this has been
you sound silky smooth. That shit should take you well through 10,000 subs.
All right, so
Swade, we appreciate that.
Last week I got embarrassed, and so after Spectre and I had many meetings.
Oh, we need to keep track and keep a leaderboard. Who won last week?
He's gone back. It was
oh, I forget the name.
Jank, are you here? We have some stats.
We need trivia
stats. Who won and how Jake and I did, so that we can keep up with an average placement for me and Jake, and then if anybody has multiple trophies.
I do remember. Joel, you got second, and then you gave Dragon Shields to somebody.
Oh yeah. I gotta look back. We'll make a leaderboard, chat.
And then Jake had non-zero points.
Chance.
So that was
That's
good.
right. All right, so we big thank you to everybody for joining our game. Your initials are JB.
I got
DC.
you. D Clem, Nick Danner, Senior Wardino, Patrick B, T Bro, Chris L, Exact Change, Queen B, Jimmy MDK, Ken, Lasagna, Matt, Velveeta, Kirk, Rogue, Pengu Ken, and Jennifer.
All right, let's do it.
We're gonna get this going. I think we have given the window. We are gonna
start with some. We're going to start with some not Bloomburrow stuff, just some general creature stuff, get the juices flowing, and then move into some Bloomburrow stuff.
Okay. What creature type does not appear on Swarmyard, which is tap, regenerate, target, blank, 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 or blank?
Okay. Got it. Okay, cool.
Which creature type does not appear on Swarmyard? Here we go. Participants, you should have answers on your board now. Speed does matter in this game.
Speed does indeed matter, so answer as quickly as you can.
Is it once you hit it, it's locked?
Yes. Yeah, there's no final guess or any of that.
Or confirm or any of that shit. Okay.
Correct.
Got it.
William is Bister, welcome to the Token Creatures. Appreciate you joining the channel.
Oh man, I'm nervous. I have chat banished for this as well. Oh. Seriously,
I got it wrong. I said spider.
What? I said spider.
Yep. I didn't know spider was on there.
Spider's on. Yeah, spider is on there. The one that is missing is spider.
Wow. Very interesting. Next question.
You did not listen to anything in our meetings. I said I wanted to get everything right.
This one will be much better. Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Not counting BLB, how many birds have been printed into paper magic?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Look, but it's multiple choice. You know the birds. You know how many
birds there are. How many birds have been printed?
I remember distinctly in one of the meetings, you're like, I know exactly how many birds.
How many birds have been printed?
Here we go. Is it 370, 470, 170, and 270?
God. I don't know why, but I feel like this is right.
I'm guessing.
Go with your gut.
Full gut guess here.
Come on, magic gods.
William, we appreciate it.
Oh,
damn it. Wow.
God.
That's a lot of birds.
Seriously.
That's a lot of birds.
It's so many birds.
T-Bro and Velveeta coming through on that one.
This is so messed up.
Jake and I were not. Oh, I'm 11th with 0. Tied with Jake for 11th, and the rest of the zeros down here.
Yeah, shout out to the zeros. Pengukin, Kirknall.
Right,
what is the highest power printed on a bat?
On a bat?
Yeah. Just a big old bat.
Highest power printed on a bat. I got to get back in this, so I went with my gut and just pulled that trigger as fast as I could.
There you go.
That was
It's definitely one of the strategies.
High noon shot for me.
Oh, come on, please.
Come on, baby.
All I've learned from this game is I know nothing about this game.
Damn.
Oh my God.
What
is it?
It's 5.
What?
It is Screeching Scorch Beast, which is a 5/5 bat mutant from Fallout. It actually just came out.
I figured that
that
Bat God was a 6 power. I was guessing.
it's a 4 power.
Wow.
Actually.
Damn it. Queen Bee on top, D Clem in second,
first.
T-Bro and Exact Change fighting closely over
really
third.
know a lot.
Yeah.
Which of these rats is the most expensive rat?
Okay. All right. Okay.
This is our wheelhouse,
We know
Jake.
rats. We know rats.
This is our wheelhouse.
We had a whole meeting about rats.
What is the most expensive rat? Here we go.
This is our
Come on.
wheelhouse, Jake.
Come on. It's gotta be this. It has to be this.
Yeah, I'm kind of in has to be mode as well, but I'm
You're
ready
in
to
has
be
to be
embarrassed.
mode. Has to be mode is a good mode to be.
I'm ready to be embarrassed if has to be is wrong.
If I'm wrong on this, I will be.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Did you get it right, Jake?
What is that card?
It's a jumpstart
It is
card.
a jumpstart card, and it's a jumpstart mythic.
Yep, exactly.
This is so messed up.
Let's fucking go. I'm in the top 10.
All right.
Wow, one question puts you in the top 10. Gee.
I answered quickly. I got
Kid.
83 points for that one question.
Oh,
All right.
Of the following Valley Denizen creature types, which is currently the most popular EDH theme? So basically, we're going to get 4 creature types, and then...
Right, and it'll be out of the 10, right? Like the
Right.
mouse, rat, lizard, all the ones that just have been previewed. So
Right.
which is the most popular currently?
Currently, the most popular EDH theme.
Ugh, this one's obvious, but
It
I'm
feels...
going to go with not obvious.
Ooh, I think you should go with obvious here. This feels like an obvious one. To me.
I have yet to put a trick question in any of these.
Yeah, baby.
Finally.
There we go.
You didn't think rats was the obvious one? I thought rats was the obvious one.
No, I thought squirrels was the obvious one.
Yeah, squirrels has only gotten
actually not
support in the last like couple of years. Rats has been
have
playable
rats
for a
long
while.
time. All right. Now, did you do your homework while watching the stream yesterday? What is
Power toughness of an offspring token. 01, 22, 12, or 11.
Dude, I'm actually really stoked to build around that mechanic.
Mr. DJ, I think we were talking cash money, not mana cost. Oh yeah, I forgot I have sound effects on this. Watch this.
Yeah, chat. It was cash money, not power toughness. But this one is power toughness, and yeah, offspring is a cute version of squad, and I love it.
Little 1/1 tokens on the offsprings.
Joel, you're climbing up the ranks here.
What's up, baby? A couple quick answers will get you in there.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
You are correct.
What color pair is associated with rats in Bloomburrow? Using guilds, because we're boomers here.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna type out the color pairs with like the Wooburg, and then it got confusing, so I just wrote.
Which color pair is associated with rats?
I guessed.
Oh God.
I guessed, but I think this is right.
Was it a good? Yeah. Okay.
I went with something that has blue in it. Let's just say that.
Oh.
Come on.
50.
Show me.
I actually am. I'm trying to think. I don't think I know this truly and truly. This is a little bit of a guess for me right now, which is crazy because we've really been working on this set. Damn it!
Yeah,
I thought that was owls.
No, owls is not one of the things.
Got it.
All right, I've moved into 7th place. Holy cow!
Oh shit!
Oh,
You're ahead of
go.
me.
You're on top of Joel. Look at this.
Before BLB, we've only seen the mouse creature type in 3 sets. What was the first set with the mouse creature type? Good question, Spectre. By the way, a huge shout out to Spectre making all these trivia questions so that me and
you.
Jake can participate and not know the questions ahead of time. Please give some love to Spectre in the chat, especially anybody playing. Much love to you, Spectre. These are great questions.
Oh, thank you.
Only seen a mouse creature type in 3 sets. What was the first set? First set with mice in it, huh?
I'm trying to even remember. Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sorry. I made this one really easy. Don't worry.
Oh, man.
This one, not only am I not confident, but it took me a long time to answer it.
Yeah, Demir Owls would have been sick. Food, I don't know if anybody can join after the fact, my man. Oh, damn, I was wrong on this one.
Wow. I got lucky.
Crazy. Oh, nice. So it was Canyon Jerboa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2020.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, dude.
Sense.
Yeah.
Ral is an otter. Jace is a fox. What creature is Liliana?
Yeah. My notes for this said, why is this a thing?
Ral is an otter. Jace is a fox. What creature did Liliana turn into? Marvel isn't for a year or two, Jesper. I think we get a Marvel.
Next week we'll start getting
Marvel beginning or end of next year, or is next year just Final Fantasy?
I don't know.
I'll have to look and see.
I'm sure we'll get previews for one of them in the next week.
I know we're gonna get a huge amount at Vegas this year because it's the end of the year. Squirrel.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Lily turned into a squirrel on Bloomburrow, eh? Everybody got that one. Not a lot of movement there.
No.
Jake climbing into 4th.
Final one. This
Which
is a
creature
toughie.
type is not associated with Lily Pad Village?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of villages where all the tiny little critters live, and they actually have corresponding cards that have creature types on them. So which one isn't on Lily Pad Village?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last question. I figured I'd make
Which
it.
creature type is not on Lily Pad?
Be nice if I could show you the picture of it, but it's a blue land, if that helps.
I went for the most unobvious choice here.
I just full guessed. Full send guessed.
These aren't trick questions.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
I actually picked frog.
Bats don't live. Exact change. Exact change won with 633 points. Exact change. Congratulations on winning trivia tonight.
Oh, I thought that was like an achievement. They like scored it.
Right, I'm taking a screenshot of this because I got 4th, and so I'll take that.
Jake got
4th is great.
Jake got 4th with 453. Joel got 5th with 452.
What? I beat you by 1 point.
A single point.
That's crazy.
Oh yes, dude.
That
Exact change.
funny.
Message me on Discord, please. Say my name is exact change. I won the trivia the other night. This is my shipping address, and I would love to see some options of Dragon Shields to pick from, and I'll hook you up. Spec, thank you very much for the trivia, my friend. As always, your services are invaluable. Thank you, pal.
Right, Spectre. Thanks
Everybody
again.
say bye to Spec.
You guys.
Thank you, Spec. Thank you, Spec.
See you, sir.
All right, y'all. Anybody excited about any cards from Bloomburrow?
I am excited for some stuff from Bloomburrow.
Let's take it over to...
Let's do a little Scryfall.
Scryfall
browsing.
actually not loading for me, so we're gonna try and backdoor this through Moxfield and see if these
Okay.
I want to see if these commanders are available here yet. What is her name? The cute one?
Oh, that's so funny because now Bloomburrow's and Scryfall is working for me just fine.
Bumbleflower.
That's fine.
Okay, Bumbleflower's not on. Oh, format brawl. I'm an idiot. Here we go. Commander. Let me see if they're on here. Yes. Okay, cool. So we can do it this way. We can review them by finding good cards for them. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Chat, we've got 4 new commanders from Bloomburrow, the pre-con commanders that we have seen. Wanted to take a look at the 4 of them, kind of early reactions, some good cards for the 99 of these, see which ones lead them to interesting builds. And we'll start with Miss Bumbleflower. Kind of hands down, everybody that ever sees this commander that I've seen so far is just like, oh my god, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is a pretty cute little commander that we got going on here.
1 blue, 1 white, 1 green, 1 other for a 1/5 with Vigi. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, you draw 2 cards. So at minimum, you want to be casting 2 spells per turn to get max value out of your commander. You're going to get to drop a counter on a creature and give it temp flying, which is pretty sick, to get some damage in. You politic a little bit, passing out a card. And then when you cast your second spell, you're replacing both spells you've cast in your hand. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
She's a dainty lady.
What would it take you to play a commander like this, Jake? This seems really far away from the kind of things that you would want to do in Commander. Am I accurate with that?
I've thought about like rebuilding Rafik, which is this exact casting cost.
Very different though, very combat forward.
Extremely different.
Focused.
Massively
and you'll have
different.
to like include a lot of card draw pieces, whereas Bumbleflower's lit, like as long as you can keep Bumbleflower alive, you shouldn't need any other card draw than every time you cast your second spell, draw 2 cards. Hey, all hail. Jesper, by the way, with the SCK 20 coming through. I need a conversion
cast
on that.
A spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature.
Jesper said,
flying until end of turn.
All hail the Marvel MTG set, the new Stream Monarch. All hail. Crowns in chat. All hail.
So you keep other people's hands full, and it keeps your hand super full.
Super full. And it keeps letting you grow a creature, get it ready to proliferate, is how I see that. This enables all creatures like, you have to proliferate super easy.
Like doubling season is kind of obvious, right?
100%.
It's always easy to be like, okay, doubling season, but I mean, like, doubling season.
Just with Offspring and +1/+1 counters on Bumbleflower alone. Doubling season's a good card for this set.
Yeah, doubling season is a pretty obvious choice, and then is branching evolution just the counter side of doubling season? Because I think we want that as well.
Branching Evo is if 1 or more +1 counters will be put on a creature you control twice. Yeah, dude. 3 mana for the counter side. Hell yeah. Because that's really what we're doing. We're not making creature tokens.
They essentially broke doubling season up into 2 different cards. And you have Branching Evolution and Parallel Lives.
Right.
And like other versions of those. So yeah, I would put this, the branching in there. I would put doubling season in here. And then I like your idea of proliferate stuff. That seems like a good way to go. Maybe it does become a Vigilance Voltron Bunny. That seems like a fun direction.
Psychosis Crawler is definitely good. Anything that's when opponent draws card. I think anything that runs effects like this. Chat, what are some wording on effects like this that are also like kind of tangentially what I'm not pronouncing that right. Kind of like what I'm looking for. Whenever an opponent draws a card, we do something. Like Fairy Mastermind, whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. That auto goes in this deck, I feel like, because you're looking at whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card, guaranteed. That's both spells you cast to then let you draw the 2 back. So you're going to be very easily able to make an opponent draw 2 cards in a turn if you want to. So you can take advantage of it with stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually just traded a copy of Fairy Mastermind away, and I'm like, that's a pretty good card.
Fairy Mastermind is very good. It'd be kind of fun to go Forced Fruition with this deck. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player draws 7 cards. And we just go absolutely like, oh, you want cards? Okay, here's all of them. Here's literally everyone you have.
Forced Fruition. How do you feel about this card when you play against it? This, for me, is like you have declared war.
Oh, it's immediately I'm after you, 100%. I have to get it off the table. It's a must-answer kind of card. But
yeah,
typically, I mean, really, the idea of a Forced Fruition deck, I think, is what you're getting at. The idea of a Forced Fruition deck is way better, I think, than it in practice, because I definitely have some enchantment removal tucked into most all of my decks on something.
And you should.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's a creature, it's going to play with the synergy of the deck, but it's going to be in there. And I'm going to, in 7 cards, especially 14 cards, I'm going to draw into the removal for this. And you're just going to have, like, given me all the activations of a Consecrated Sphinx I basically wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because if I've drawn 10 or 12 cards, I should win that game, I think. If nobody's really keeping up with me. Because damn. We're working on Miss Bumble right now, Pack Rat. Looking at some cards that might play well with Miss Bumbleflower. Skip your draw step. I saw somebody say, oh yeah, Teferi's Ageless Insight for sure. That stuff's going to be whenever you draw a card, draw a second one. Yeah, D-Hammer, this is basically, I could see you building this as kind of like a backdoor Bant Nekusar sort of deck.
Yeah.
It's also one where it's crazy, Jake. I've thought about this card a lot recently. But you don't need a draw step necessarily with Bumbleflower on the board. Because when you're casting your second spell, you're drawing 2 back up. It's definitely a card to
play. You're right. It's this. I think the Solitary is definitely something to play when you've already kind of established your board a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got like cards in hand ready to go. Because yeah, for example, if you got like a Rhystic Study out there or a Mystic Remora,
Wedding Ring.
I mean, now we're going into, we're in the most degenerate color that exists, which is blue.
Enters the battlefield. If it was cast, target opponent creates a token. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent gains life, you gain that much life. So like you put as many of those types of effects in there as you can, so that every time you're forcing someone to draw a card by casting a spell, you're also drawing a card off of that. And you're also drawing 2 cards when you cast your second spell. I mean, honestly, you should be able to draw through your deck. Oh man,
think so.
Insane amount of card draw in this deck. Insane amount of card draw.
Because really, what I feel like you want to do is run a bunch of like instant speed stuff, right? Because you want to be doing this during other people's turns.
Yeah, 100% flash stuff.
Yeah, I think you want to be doing like flash kind of things, and you want to be like, all right, I'm gonna opt, and then I'm gonna also Mithril Coat, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna,
Fairy Mastermind popping up again, by the way, in a second search. That pretty much guarantees that should be in this deck.
Emergence Zone, $40 foil. That's just crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
It shows how good that card is. In all the episodes of Foil Quest, I think we only opened like 2 or 3 of them.
Wow. Well, there you go. That's why it's a $40 foil. I was going to say, if anybody is sitting on foil emergence zones, it's you, bro.
I don't. And I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I know
Vidal
that,
Canori, just open it up.
Went home with them. Yeah.
All non-land cards are instants.
I think that's definitely a direction that you can go and just, start casting everything.
Yeah.
Because I like your idea of solitary confinement, but it's like if you don't have a way to keep those cards coming,
100%,
you don't want to play it.
Right, because the thing is
Yeah.
she doesn't net you a card. You are still net 0 on her card draw. You're just going to be really able to cast. That's what she really allows you. She unlocks the ability for you to not worry too much about holding resources back, because you need to be casting 2 spells in every turn that you can cast 2 spells, including your opponent's turns, if possible.
Yeah.
If you want to take it that route.
Do we like low key go for like a fair Thoracle with this? Like a we're not going for demonic consultation and Limdol's vault. We're just gonna.
It depends on how much additional card draw you put in here, because you're looking at maybe like 3 card draws a turn off of just your turn and your commander. And so if you are really like dumping in here, we're going all the Howling Mine effects, Shrine of Font of Mythos, all of those effects, Temple Bell, the Rabbit Queen, we're gonna just dump all of those effects in here. Then maybe and the whole goal, I mean, it's got blue, Jake, like
you could just storm,
right? I mean, you could traumatize yourself if you wanted to, and use some kind of like graveyard. You've got some self-mill things if you really want to go the Thoracle route. But yeah, I mean, it depends on if you want to focus it way into that.
I mean, otherwise, you know, I like the idea of just like kill him with a Psychosis Crawler while you just draw a lot of cards. And you know, the other option is you just go Pillow Fort and, you know, have people draw themselves out. You know, I like the idea of mill with it in a weird way too. Play the worst mill cards.
You've got some good options for Proliferate. And so if you ran specifically creatures that like have Proliferate on them, then you're going to be able to drop counters on them and then use the commander's ability, or use the commander's ability to drop counters on them, use their own ability to proliferate themselves. And they all gain flying, so you're going to have a lot of you're going to have a lot of routes for going. Oh yeah, Nadu's a shoo-in in this deck. Holy crap.
Yeah, gotta get Nadu in there.
Is it a green and blue deck that targets your things at all? Run Nadu! Mutational Advantage. One of my favorite new cards, dude. I keep putting this in stuff because so much have counters. Permanents you control. Protects all permanents with counters on them, with hexproof and indestructible, and prevents all damage to them. Then allows you to proliferate the things that it's protecting with the counters that it's using to protect them. How deeper down the synergy rabbit hole do we need to go with this card? Make it cost 2?
The card's stupid.
Lots of good options
more
here.
Expensive heroic intervention for counters players. It's extremely strong. Wow.
Okay, so options for Bumbleflower.
Yeah, Bant Mill. Exactly.
Bant, we got Mill. Mill, draw them out. That's going to be like Font of Mythos, Howling Mine, Temple Bell, that kind of proliferate. +1 counters. What else we got? Pillow Fort.
Yeah, like you could go Pillow Fort and run all of the usual suspects like Ghostly Prison and
you've got access to blue and white, so you can run all of those effects, not just some of them.
It's got the 2 worst colors to pair up together, which are blue and white, dude.
And then they just went ahead and dropped green in there.
Yeah, which green doesn't get anything.
Oh man, poor green, never getting anything.
Poor green, never gets anything good.
Chat, I just dropped a poll there.
Commander can be really, really, really strong.
Options for Bumbleflower: mill and draw them out, proliferate +1 counters, or Pillow Fort solitary confinement. Let's get a little vote ski going. We'll decide as a group, and then we'll move on. Which one do y'all want to do next? You got a pick of the other 3, Jake?
Let's do Zinnia. I think that one's fun.
Yeah, Zinnia is cool.
Let's go wide with Zinnia. Or at least put that on there. I want to make like an Impact Tremors build and like a Cavalcade of Calamity. Like put that in there and like just go wide with a bunch of tokens. Jay Deacon says, guys, I love you. I'm back when volume is fixed.
Love you, Deacon.
With the $5. You know what?
Dylan.
Honestly,
thank you, Deacon.
You leaving us the $5 tells me that you really do actually love the channel and you want to watch it, but the volume is just, that is the deal breaker.
Deacon, there is a piece of tech that we each can buy. It is, well, that we would each need. It is $130 a piece, so we would need $260. So we're all donations, all tonight go toward cloud lifters, so that the volume issue can get fixed. How about that, Deacon? We'll just we'll put your $5 and then we got the SCK from Jesper. That'll go toward it. We're gonna get cloud lifters. We'll fix the volume. Yeah, Retro, I know the volume is fine in relation to itself, but if you turned on another YouTube video right now or it kicks to commercials, it is gonna be loud as shit. I'll be frank with you.
Yeah. The next time that ads come up, I'll just tell you guys that ads are about to play, and then you can hear the volume difference. You can also, like, for example, this is a good way to illustrate it. If Joel were to do a transition right now and you heard our, like, Jake and Joel screen come up, it's going to be much louder than the stream. It's like, it sounds like, honestly, like a boat crashing into the... Yeah.
So yeah, but Deacon, we
honestly,
appreciate you.
J Deacon, I think that was the classiest way to be like, I'm out until you fix the volume. So we do appreciate you.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Colby says 5 for the mic.
Appreciate
so maybe
you.
Colby is also feeling the volume, the volume issue here. Retro's like, okay, I'm seeing it.
This is gonna be Zinnia rough draft.
Right.
I like building commander decks, chat. I like building commander decks with y'all even more.
Wait, so what did we end up going with for Bumble?
Pillow Fort.
Oh, Pillow Fort. Okay.
Chat chose Pillow Fort, Solitary Confinement. Go.
Okay.
Bant enchantments.
Yeah.
Probably run some Death Touch creatures. So you have.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, we're going
a nice
fog
blocking
bank.
line. Yeah,
we're
stuff
going,
like that.
That kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah. Let's check out
Jesper,
Zinnia.
it's just an issue that some folks have with the audio balancing between. It's honestly, it's because our mics need like a 10 or 20 decibel bump. Just it's a very like volume hungry mic.
Yes.
It's an extremely strong mic. It's like one of the best mics, but it needs some tools in order to really maximize what you get out of it.
Colby, we appreciate you. Deacon, we appreciate you. All hail our stream monarch. All hail. Zinnia. Valley's voice. One
All
white,
right,
one red, one blue.
We're starting Zinnia. Let me make a chapter note here. So, okay, cool.
One white, one red, one blue for a 1/3 flying bird bard. Zinnia gets +X/+O, where X is the number of other creatures you control with base power 1. And this is notable.
Yeah, baby.
Because this plays well with anthems. That doesn't say power 1. That says base power 1.
Mm-hmm.
Run a bunch of 1/1s, drop an anthem on the field. Zinnia is still seeing creatures with base power 1. Then it also has creature spells you cast have offspring 2, which basically just think about it as all of your creatures you can pay an extra 2, and you get a 1/1 copy of them. 2 attacks to 2 mana attacks to copy any creature that you play. Kind of insane. Kind of crazy.
So this is kind of like where I want to go with it right out the gate.
Lots of ways to take it, right? Crazy amount of ways to take this deck.
I want to look up stuff that we have that's kind of like Siege Gang Commander, stuff like Captain of the Watch, stuff like that Eldrazi Siege Gang that just came out that brings 3 spawns with it.
Bro,
that kind of stuff.
You are singing my song. This is literally the way I would build this deck.
Yeah, and then I want to go Perforos. I want to go Impact Tremors. I want to go stuff like that, so that if we're not swinging, we're just getting that base damage coming in as stuff enters. And then, yeah, dude, we could go We could go intangible virtue. We can get it to where our creature tokens have, you know, buffs going on, that kind of thing.
Get a little
now that'll go
going.
against like a cavalcade of calamity, but ooh, like battle sphere, that's kind of an expensive one, right? Because we have to pay 9 into that.
We are, yeah, exactly. That is something to consider when you're building this, chat.
It's the offspring costs.
Right. The 2 in a Jeskai deck is not irrelevant.
Is it worth it to run a training grounds?
Training grounds is for activated. I don't think this is an activated ability, right?
Whenever you creature spells you cast have offspring 2. Oh.
Activated abilities control cost 2 less. I mean, you could run creatures cost less. Is that going to do anything? Oh yeah, we got 32 results here. No. Soldiers cost less, irrelevant. No.
Except with Captain of the Watch. Yeah.
Arcane spells.
No, I think because here's the thing, we're not in green, so our ramp is going to need to be in the form of
Immortal Sun.
Mana Rocks, right?
Yeah, I think we are going to have to run rocks and treasures in here. I mean, right out of the gate, this is like, there's never been a commander that loved our Dockside Extortionist more, right? Pay 4, get 2 Docksides. Esper Sentinel. I mean, any of the really good, obvious Jeskai small creatures, 3 mana or less creatures.
I almost feel like Snapcaster Mage is worth running in here.
That's what I'm saying.
Snapcaster Mage is a card that I don't typically run in EDH anymore. It's like I don't think it has a bad ability, but getting 2 of them is a different.
Exactly. If they printed double Snapcaster in MH4 and it was a 4 mana, 2 instance or 2, you know, you can do that twice. Do his ability written out specifically, and then it says you can do this again as a creature. As like a 4/2.
What's the spell that turns all your tokens into 4/4 angels? Because I think that definitely goes in here. Oh my
god, dude. Token, angel. This will probably get us there, right?
Yeah.
Divine Visitation. If one or more creature tokens, that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens. This isn't exactly what we want, because this is going to create these instead. So it's going to replace the 1/1 copy of Dockside Extortionist with a 4/4 flying vigilant angel. So I don't know that that's exactly what we want to do.
Oh, I see.
I was right there with you. But instead is
I see.
Not exactly what we want to do.
Wait, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
There is an angel that came out of the Eldrazi deck.
Uh-huh.
And it is an Eldrazi angel.
Oh, yes.
When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of creatures with base. Yes.
Yeah. So any 1/1 copy that's already come in and done its ETB, this is kind of a backdoor win con in this deck, honestly. This is a really good find, because this is, I'm out of options. I can't go the pump my commander's power with 1/1's route anymore. That's been shut off to me. Screw it. I'm just gonna sack every 1/1 I've got, turn them into 4/4 flying vigilance, and pass.
Yes.
And we got red in these colors, baby, so we're hasty if we want to be.
We got anger in the yard.
Exactly.
We could have
easy.
We could have a fervor if we wanted to.
That's what
There's
I'm
a
talking.
way to make everything.
Angelic Aberration's a really interesting find for this one. I like that a lot.
That's one of the cards that I run in the Aslask deck, just because, like you said, it's a backdoor win con. It's like, here's a card you need to answer.
Plan B. Are there any base power 1 cards, chat, that we would care about for this? Any cards that are like creatures with base power or toughness 1? And I know there's stuff like, who's the ninja that makes all your power 1s unblockable? But that's not what we want to do. We're not trying to attack with 1/1s in this deck. I don't think anyway.
I want to know what else we have, like Siege Gang Commander, that brings tokens with it. What are going to be like the best things that when they enter as a copy, they are bringing like a wide team with them?
Miss Bumbleflower would want Sigarda Summons, by the way. I just saw this one. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have base PT 4/4 flying and their angels. Suddenly,
that's kind of cool.
Suddenly grow everything on your board by, 3 power if it's a 1/1. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying, what cards do we have that are like Siege Gang that when they enter, they're bringing a big team with them?
Oh,
in
yeah,
our colors?
Yeah. That is exactly the route. Type creature. Enters, create creature token. Because if we make a copy of that, we're getting a ton of tokens.
Yeah. Let's see what we get
right
here.
there. I'm right there with you. You're going to see Captain the Watch, Siege Gang. Not all of these are going to be relevant. Mere Battlesphere, though. I really do think that plays in this.
It probably does, since we have a lot of
Siege Gang, I love.
A lot of mana rocks.
Oh my god, dude. Hangerback Walker. Holy shit. You pump mana into Hangerback Walker, you pay 2 more. You get a copy of it. It's going to enter with the same amount of +1/+1 counters because copies are copies. I'm pretty sure copies are copies. And so if this says enters a battlefield with, and that X has been filled with, let's say 3 because you pumped 6 into it. If you've got 8 mana, you say enters a battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. You copy that. It should be that X equals 3. So it's going to be 3. And then you have, when either of them die, they explode into more 1/1s. Playing with our commander even more. Seems relevant. Whirler Rogue. Aether Channeler.
6 of the sticks. What's up? Says Bloom Hype Baby. Yeah, dude. It's fun.
6, thank you for the dono. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, maybe like Regal Caracal.
Oh, dude, 100% that goes in this deck. It ETBs and creates 2 1/1s. For 7 mana, you would get 2 3/3s and then 4 1/1s that all get +1/+1 and have lifelink.
Twice. Because everything has +1/+1 from the other
character. Oh yeah, they would all get +2/+2 and double lifelink.
So what it would be is let's calculate this. So Zinnia's on the battlefield.
Yeah. So we got
play Regal for 7.
7 mana.
Now all of a sudden we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cats total.
The carousels are power toughness 4/4 with lifelink because they're pumping each other.
The first one will be. The second one is going to be a 1/1.
Oh yeah, it'll be a 2/2 then, because they will trigger each other. So you'll have a 4/4 cat, and then 5 2/2
3/3 cat.
3/3 lifelinking cats.
You'll have a 4/4 cat. You'll have a 4/4 cat, a 2/2 cat, and 4 3/3 cats. So you're talking 12,
16, 17, 18 power lifelink.
18 power for 7
with mana.
lifelink. So it's like you almost have to look at each of these as like their own thing. Like we could be running some anthems that are good for tokens.
Oh well, I mean,
but
the anthem.
But like bringing that much power in the just
anthem,
cats.
That's good. I mean, you want the one that is the anthem and the not bombardment, but impact trimmers stapled to each other.
So like this is like we want this. We want Perforos. We want impact tremors.
Yep, this is exactly how I'd build it. This is one of the straightforward ways to build this, but I mean, like, at this point, you can see what we're doing here. Because, Jake, what we didn't count into that, what was it, 18 power with lifelink that we put onto the field for 7 mana? We didn't count that we're also growing our commander's power by 4 simultaneously. No, by 5 simultaneously with that 7 mana investment. So, things can go crazy. Things can go crazy.
I think that this is going to be one of the sleeper commanders that a lot of people are like really
Bro, somebody just said Nesting Dovehawk. Look at this card. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. At the beginning of combat on your turn, populate. So that's create a copy of a creature token you've got.
Token that you already have. Got
exactly. And then whenever a creature token enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 on it. So all of your, imagine Nesting Dovehawk. All right, go to combat. I'm going to make a copy of my Dockside Extortionist token.
Yeah.
Does that make me the bad guy?
Is we go Mondrak.
Yes, dude.
We go.
Oh yeah.
We go Mondrak.
You got to.
And we go.
You got to.
Anointed Procession.
Procession, that's what I was trying to think of.
And what's the other thing that's like Mondrak? Isn't there something else that Mondrak?
There's a tripler as well.
There's a tripler.
Oh, it's Odgertak.
Yeah, we want that. Yeah, that.
Not Eye of Odgertak, that's the wrong card.
What does Odgertak do?
Odgertak says if one or more creature tokens will be created under your control 3 times that many of those tokens are created instead.
Shut up.
So
yes. God, this deck, it looks fucking filthy. And we haven't even put any blue in it yet. This thing looks like it could be just absolutely gnarly.
Kind of cracked, dude.
Ocelot Pride.
They knew what they were doing by not giving this commander green, because Jesus Christ.
Leonin Warleader. Yeah, all that stuff. See, that's the way to do it. And then, yeah, we just run some man rocks so that we're able to, you know, cast these 7s. Because I do think that casting Mirror Battlesphere for 9,
right?
Like, the thing about it is you don't get that other 4/7 Battlesphere, right?
Right.
That's the issue, is like the other Battlesphere comes in as a 1/1.
Do we run Cloud Key and just reduce our creatures by 1?
Yes. We definitely do.
I think that this deck actually makes a good argument for Cloud Key for once.
I think it does.
If you can play multiple, you want to be drawing cards. That's where the blue's going to come in, because you need to be playing creatures onto the battlefield.
Really quick, East to West TCG with the $5.
Yo,
AKA
East to West.
Fang.
What's up?
We really appreciate you, Fang. It says, hey guys, it's Fang. This set has me pumped after a few sets that felt like complete duds. Bloomburrow feels like the best era of MTG to me. Happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear you're stoked on it.
It's got a good vibe.
I'm pretty stoked on it as well. We're enjoying making videos out of this stuff, and we've enjoyed reviewing this set and going over the cards. And honestly, we can't wait for more of the community to see what it has to offer, because there's a lot of really cool stuff in it. We're very excited. Happy to hear that you are.
This is kind of a cool way that you could take this, but also just going like Brotherhood Regalia as a backdoor plan. I think that it's going to be surprising suddenly having Zinnia up at like 8 power is not going to be that tough. And if you've got it pushing through, unable to be blocked. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. You run the obvious stuff. I think the deck runs pretty well without it on the battlefield. It's not completely necessary, which is great. It helps us go over the top in a really efficient way. But these are this is a tried and tested strategy. Jeskai tokens, come on. That's been around.
Yeah, Jeskai tokens, you know, I would say
we're getting like the 2 best cards for a Jeskai token strategy stapled together and printed as a single enchantment at this point. That's how long this strategy has been around.
I know, dude. It's
insanity.
This honestly looks really fun to me. It looks like something where like each thing that you cast,
right?
You know, it's weird to me to think like I'm gonna play a deck with Siege Gang Commander and Regal Caracal and like you know, like things that are goblin pumps and things that are like all these things pump cats. But alongside Zinnia, you know, this menagerie might be able to get there.
Any of the best stuff that makes tokens. So you could also go like straight Voltron with this, as long as you're making some good base power 1 creatures as part of your base strategy. You can also go just like straight ETBs, Panharmonicon, Blink. You're in blue and white. And so this one leads itself really well to being an efficient ETBs creatures commander. We're just kind of combining those.
Like when the centers put a stun counter on something. Yeah, that gets really good when you're making 2 of those.
Dockside, you know? Any of the best ETB creatures in these 3 colors. There's a lot of white stuff that ETBs and destroys stuff. Offspring of that is pretty insane. You're still getting this is a good point. Legendary creatures. You can, it's kind of a sad point. Does legendary offspring just immediately die?
I think it does, dude. I think you would get
legendary
like
creature
whatever
gets the
it
ETB
brings.
or the death trigger, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, it would just die.
How sad of that. Oh
unless
yeah,
you had
sorry chat.
Mirror
I totally
Gallery or whatever that card is before you start to play them.
Sakashima.
But I feel like that gets into like scary territory, right? Is like
you do want to go away from that. But if it's a good ETB, Lauren of the Third Path, I would still run in this deck. I'm going to get a copy of Lauren for 2 mana. For 5 mana, I'm going to get 2 disenchants and a 2/1 that can draw me cards. Yeah, I'll run.
Let me
Lauren
ask you this. If we have a haste enabler on the battlefield, is it worth it for us to play a Sun Titan for 8 and then we're getting 2 ETBs and then 2 attack triggers off those? We're getting 4 cards.
Getting past
from
that
the yard.
5 mana mark is very, very tough. Obviously, Sun Titan's going to play well in here, period, because I'm probably going to have a low enough curve on it to, even if I just play it without copying it, we're good to go. But
I think the secret sauce of this is knowing that Zinnia's 3 cost and having really, really good, like super stacked 2 and 3 cost creatures with good enters the battlefield abilities, because that early game like tempo is going to be something that I think would be really good for us. Is just like,
bro, go spark doubles, just go clones. Get your best ETB creatures, go clones, offspring of clones. Holy shit, dude. It's ETBing as copies of whatever you need. I need another ETB destroy an enchantment. I need a ETB draw some cards.
Yeah.
ETB create creatures. Just get more tokens on the battlefield. We're getting real nutty when we get into clones using that blue. You were right, Jake. We haven't even gotten into blue yet.
I know, we haven't even gotten to blue, and that's the fucky color, right?
Yes.
So I think that this is a commander that definitely could be its own 3 ways video, just because there really are a lot of different ways that you can take it.
100%.
We could go Zinnia clones, and then it's just like all bets are off. We're aiming to cast Dockside Extortionist, and then we're gonna play Phantasmal Image, and we're gonna play Spark Double, and we're just gonna get
middle fingers to the sky, baby.
1,000 treasures this game. Let's see if we can do it. Or we can go, go wide and try to win, the old-fashioned way with like kill people with Perforos enters the battlefield and that kind of thing, and just cast the Angelic Aberration into a battlefield just filled with a bunch of 1/1s, and then swing in with hasty Eldrazi Angels.
4/4 flyers, hell yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Chat, I got a question for you, and I want to address Dom's comment here. With this is my question. With this, creature spells you cast have Offspring 2. This isn't a triggered ability. This isn't an activated ability. What do you call this? Is this just a passive? And I only want to know that because, is there any way for us to reduce this cost? I want to get cheaty. Can we get tricksy with this at all?
That's what I was trying to think with Training Grounds, but I don't think that we can.
That's what I feel like. I feel like this was worded and designed in a very specific way so that you can't get tricksy with it. Because to make a baby, it does take 2. Heyo.
Yeah.
I like the flavor.
Oh, yes.
We aren't doing mitosis over here, baby. Science. You just learned something.
Imagine if we could do mitosis. I would just have to like be looking out all the time.
Multiple Joels.
It's like, oh god.
There would be some kind of, we got to kill. Which one's the prime one? They're trying to kill each other.
Just like hanging out.
Situation.
I ate late and then got wet, and now all of a sudden
there's 2 Jakes.
Yeah, that's not where I want to be.
And then Dom said the danger of running this is too many cheap ETBs that don't impact the game enough. Yeah, exactly.
Especially if Zinnia isn't on the battlefield, right? Like if it's a lightning rod and it 100%. Just keeps getting removed.
That is the concern, and that's why you really, I think, need to pick a lane with this. I feel like that having Offspring of all your favorite Jeskai creatures, fine. You can build it like that. Fun, casual, make Offspring of literally just, I run all my absolute favorite Jeskai creatures in here. That's what I want to run. And I'm going to make babies of them. And that's going to be the deck. You could do that. But it's going to be more competitive, probably. No, definitely. It will be more competitive if you put it down a lane. Pick a lane and stick to it. Be comfortable saying things like I said, which is I can look at this deck and go, if the commander never hits the battlefield, as long as we've got some good card draw in here and we can keep drawing more synergistic pieces, this strategy takes care of itself.
Sure.
Make sure that you're not completely reliant on it. Make sure the 99, that's kind of across the board, all commander decks. Make sure the 99 speaks for itself. You don't want to get caught with your pants down. Somebody asked about our Mox field. It's Jake and Joel or Magic. Go follow us over there.
Give us a little fallow over there.
Who's next? We got 2 more. Squirrel and Raccoon.
Let's do Hazel.
Hazel of the rot bloom. Hazel of the rot bloom.
Now the thing with Hazel, give me just a second. There's something in my kitchen.
Sure.
Just a sec.
There's something in my kitchen, chat. Zinnia initiative? That's interesting, Kamikaze. I'd love to see your list for that. Root bloom. I thought it was rot bloom. So the first question we have to answer with a Hazel deck is, why aren't we just running Chatterfang as the commander?
All right, let me write this down that we're starting Hazel.
1-11-11.
Well, all right, let's look at it compared to Chatterfang. Got Chatterfang, sacrifice X squirrels. Well, because we have that big, huge pay 2 tap ability, right?
Yeah, that's if you're looking at a Hazel deck. I didn't. Yeah, I don't want to have a Hazel segment where we're just like, take it out and run Chatterfang, put Hazel in the 99. But if we're gonna build Hazel, we can lean in specifically into what Hazel does.
How about squirrels worshiping Eldrazi? That could be a theme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hazel of the Root
We could
Bloom.
just go big casts, dude, because the Eldrazi, they all get their secret sauce on the casts, dude. You don't want to be cheating them in. It's like, it's fun to reanimate an Eldrazi because you're like, yeah, now I've got this big thing.
Stupid, yeah.
But you didn't get the big cast trigger, and that's what this is going to allow you to do.
Hazel of the Root Bloom. 1 green, 1 black, 2 other for a 3/5 squirrel druid. Tap, pay 2 life. Tap X untapped tokens you control.
Any tokens.
Any tokens. Add X mana in any combination of colors, and at the beginning of your end step, you get to create a token that's a copy of target token you control.
Yes.
And if that token is a squirrel, instead create 2 tokens that are copies of it.
Eldritch Squirrels.
Create
Yes.
token, sort, EDH rec. That's where I want to start.
So obviously this one's going to be Parallel Lives, doubling season. Like those are the ones that we want in this deck.
100%. The token stuff. We'll start there.
Ooh, Avenger Zendikar. That seems applicable. It's easy to cheat out, and what it brings with it is just shenanigans.
Yep. Yep. I want to create tokens.
Whenever you create, whenever you sack a token, each opponent loses 1 life with Mirkwood Bats.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't know how much we want to do that, but could be pretty good. Pitiless Plunderer if we do go into like Aristocrats, which we very well could.
More of a sack strategy, which we will. I mean, if we're going squirrels and Eldrazi that love them, we'll go. Yeah. There we'll run the best stuff that lets us create spawns and scions, because all of those are tokens as well that play with Hazel. So Hazel can tap scions. Hazel can tap spawn. And
then
use that.
Then type in these two. You want to go Brood Monitor.
Brood Mon.
Yeah, Brood Monitor.
Yep.
Which is going to bring 3. And then type in Birthing Hulk. These are my old these are in Aslast, but they seem applicable in here too.
I mean, lets you they're big stuff that we can get to because we've got a mana ability on our commander.
Yeah, they're not bringing like the best stuff with them, but they are bringing tokens which work with Hazel. Now, it's like Hazel could be at the helm of a bunch of squirrels too, chat.
Sure.
We wouldn't necessarily have to just do this, but yeah, you could do Eldritch Squirrels, and it's just Hazel trying to cheat out giant
Eldritch
Eldrazi
Squirrels
with it.
is kind of funny to me, actually. I hate right now. Eldrazi's just so big in the zeitgeist right now that suggesting it as a deck archetype is just eye-rolly, because the last 2 summers have had major commander precons released with Eldrazi's and sets that had major Eldrazi either reprinted or printed into them brand new. And so it's just been such a thing for the last 365 days. But I do think it's legitimately a good way to take this deck because any token can get tapped. Pawn of Ulamog, Awakening Zone, I'm running these in this deck.
Yeah, because then you don't even have to sacrifice the spawns. You can just tap them. Like in Azlask, for example, like Azlask has that giant ability. So I'm just trying to like activate that and swing through with little spawns.
Right.
Because it's so easy for Hazel to just get extra mana because of that tap ability. And all you do is pay 2 life, right?
Pay 2 life.
Pay 2 life. And yeah, dude, if you're on like 6 mana and you've got like 3 or 4 tokens out there, you're getting out of 10 cost. And you're in green. So if we're playing ramp spells and stuff like that, it just seems like a very, very obvious way to get out giant stuff. And I do think, you know, we run like Craterhoof as well, just because we're going to be able to go wide and
for sure.
Just
we're making copies. I'm trying to think of what is the most impactful.
Oh, Tendershoot Dryad. Yeah, that's a good card.
If we're ramping on either turn 1 or 2, we're able to play Hazel on turn 3. On turn 3 or 4, which would be the earliest if we're not just going nuts with the cheat outs on turn 1. And what would be the most impactful target token we could control to cast Hazel, go to our end step, create a copy of that token, and players at the table go, oh, what the hell's going on over there? What is that? What's going on? That is the response I want. And if it's, I mean, it might just be treasure. It might not be insane.
Let me ask you this. Do we want Nuka-Cola vending machine? Why don't you look that one up?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. All
that seems
token
like
deck?
Yeah, because if we go Nuka-Cola, which is extremely cheap.
$15 card now, Jesus.
Yeah, but for one, we're making a food token. And then we would be getting a second copy of that food token. And now essentially both of those are like Lotus Petal that doesn't go away, right? Because now they're... I feel like maybe stuff like that.
Create a copy of target token you control. Oh my God, do we have an Academy manufacturer situation here? Thank you,
Yeah,
Chilled.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. But yeah, it is probably...
What is that?
I don't know if we actually want Academy manufacturer. We probably do.
Nitro.
Especially because if we do go...
Comet Stellar Pup.
In order to justify Academy manufacturer, we probably need at least, you know, like 10 to 15 of the cards in the deck that are making food, treasure, or clues. And I don't feel like we want to pigeonhole ourselves into...
You're going to run all the generically good token stuff, but then, yeah, you are going to probably need to pick a lane and be like, we're doing food tokens.
Yeah, like we want Bitter Blossom, right?
Treasure tokens.
We probably want Bitter Blossom.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
We probably want Dreadhorde Invasion. No, is that a mass? Yeah, I don't think we want that.
No, if it went wide, I'm into it. There's another one, though.
What about that 1/10/10 Eldrazi that makes 10/10s? Yeah, I mean, there's Desolation Twin, which is a 10/10 that brings a 10/10. That would be a great thing to ramp into, because if we have, like, for example, Parallel Lives, Doubling Season, Hazel, we could be like, okay, we're going to play Desolation Twin. We get our 10/10 token. We're going to get an extra one because of Doubling Season. We'll get an extra one because of Parallel Lives. And then at the end of our turn, we get an extra one from Hazel. And so now for 10 mana, we've brought 50 or 40 power onto the board. Or 50 power?
Easy.
I don't know. Yeah, that seems strong.
I want to do this math. So Hazel's on... We'll just curve it out right. So Hazel on turn 4, we've got 4 mana. Doesn't have haste, we'll say. We go to turn 5, we untap, we play a land. We have 5 mana on the board. We can tap Hazel for mana at that point. How many tokens do you think that we could make without using any of our mana on turn 5 so that we can tap max? I mean, like 3 tokens would be the dream. Having 8 mana available on turn 5, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And that's I'm doing perfect curve, not you know, turn 2 Hazel of the Root Bloom, turn 3 Hazel of the Root Bloom. You should be able to consistently get a turn 3 Hazel out.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you're running some mana dorks like you should be, or some mana rocks as well.
Yeah, I want to use mana stuff that
in here
is tokens.
a little bit.
How do we have mana stuff that makes tokens? You need everything making tokens. You want everything to make tokens.
Yeah, I would say you realistically want at least 30 cards in the deck to make a token in some capacity. Like,
and that's easy. Just pick the stuff that like fulfills the goal and does the thing. So search. Hang on, sorry. Library for a land onto the battlefield, but also create token. I promise this exists. 11 results. Oh, look at this. This one scales up to create a token and get a land. This one, here we go. I mean, like, this card goes in there. Growth Spasm.
Search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tab, put a 0/1. Yeah, this is also in the Aslask deck.
There's not a better turn 2 or turn 3 spell to cast for this deck than stuff like Growth Spasm.
Hiveheart Shaman.
That's a sentence I've said in my life now.
Its token creation is very expensive.
Attacks, you can search your library for a basic land that doesn't share a land type and put it on the battlefield, so you get to do that twice basically. And then 6 mana, create a 1/1, put X counters on it, where so create a 3/3, probably not.
No, not worth it. Hour of Promise, that is probably worth
Titania's Command, create some tokens. Hour of Promise, yep. Ramp spell that creates tokens. Just that's where you want to live with decks like this, and this is a good commander building node in general. Whenever you pick which lane you're going down, whether it's straight up tokens, foods, treasures, squirrels, cars, like Dom said go squirrel mech pilots, crew up some big things with little squirrels and ride the flavor. I want 5 squirrels driving a tank. Once you've chosen your lane, find your ramp spells that have tacked on synergies for you. Find your kill spells that have tacked on synergies.
Oh, Awaken the Woods. Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oof. Yes, dude. Anything that is what is it? Land token sort. What have we got here? Provision is obviously good. Field is good in this deck.
Field of the Dead is extremely strong in here. Yeah.
Yeah, Awaken for
Awaken
X.
the Woods.
Oh my god, dude. It just scales up perfectly with the game too, because you can do it early. You can just pay 3 and create a token before you drop her. You can dump a ton of mana in.
What are the most expensive creatures that we can cast? Are they Eldrazi? Is there anything bigger than that?
I think so. Let's go. Type creature sort CMC. And we'll go something. Oh shit. Type creature, here we go. No, this isn't.
No, I mean, the only point I was making is we could just make it a deck where we cast the biggest stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm with you.
Scryfall has been working for me, but I don't know if it's...
No, yeah, it's working now.
Okay.
Type creature, sort, EDH, sort, CMC. And then we'll be able to go descending.
All right. So for 16, we're getting a 9/9.
Okay, here's the commander legal stuff.
Okay.
Oh wait, let's
so yeah,
commander black
green black. Okay. So yeah, we should be playing
Blightsteel.
Yeah, 100%. Blightsteel, Emrakul the Promised End.
Oh, Galt is
Emrakul the World Anew.
Galt is essentially a 12/12 trampler for 2.
All of these.
Oh,
we should honestly just be playing all this shit.
And the thing is like, you want a backup plan? You go Buried Alive, and you go reanimate. Because half of your biggest stuff.
Yeah.
Not going to want to do that with stuff like Emrakul. Can't do that with stuff like Blight Steel Colossus. But even stuff like Earthquake Dragon, you play it over and over again. It returns. Flying Trample 10 mana, return it from your graveyard to your hand for 3 mana, sack a land.
Like It That Betrays, that seems so good.
Yes, dude. Hell yes.
Dark Steel Colossus is good. You're just getting an 11/11 that's got trample and indestructible. It's very good.
Bro, I wanna resolve a Hypnox. This is from back in the day when I started playing. I want to resolve a Hypnox on somebody and just be like, you in particular,
you get no cards.
Give me your hand. It's gonna hide under Hypnox. Nobody remove Hypnox and they don't get a hand.
Henge would be good for advantage. Like that's the way that I would go with this. Is I would just be casting Apex Devastator and like Ulamog the Infinite Gyre and just all that shit.
Exactly.
Impervious Great Worm. It has Convoke. Like, what more do we want?
Trample.
Well, yeah, we do want Trample, but
the only word I'm missing off of Impervious Great Worm for my entire life.
Convoking into this seems easy to do. Oh, and yeah. I love Spawnsire of Ulamog as well. That's
if you're gonna
really cool, scary Eldrazi.
Chat, this kind of stuff.
Old Convoke would be good.
Convoke is obviously really good in this deck, but again, this plays toward pick a lane. Convoke is only going to be good if you're really leaning hard creature tokens. Don't lean hard food, treasure, clue, any of that shit. Outside of the obvious choices, right? There's always going to be pieces that are just too good to not run and may say a token type that's not in your main thing, treasure, stuff like that. Those are the kind of cards that you probably look at in that case. But if you're going to run a lot of Convoke, which is an option, green, black Convoke and creature token Root Bloom, that's absolutely a way you can take this.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're playing toward what you're choosing to run. Don't play non-bows or be like, man, well, I thought I was going to have a lot of tokens to Convoke.
Yeah, I think that's the way I would go, is just
big black green mana.
Yeah, big black green mana. Yeah. Seems very obvious. And I do like the idea of just like a bunch of squirrels piloting mechs if you wanted to go that direction and just fill it up with kind of like the best vehicles. The issue is there aren't a ton of vehicles in these colors. So it's like you would be doing fun stuff like Asika's Chariot, and like there are some good vehicles.
Let's see how far we have to go down before we're running one where I'm like, Cultivator's Caravan, we're already there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I mean, there's some that gain ability, like Thunderhawk Gunship is better in our deck than it is in a generic list of all the vehicles available in our colors. So we may be able to find a couple. Same thing with the Asika's Chariot. Like, this is a premier card in this deck. Token that's a copy of a token we control, and it creates 2/2/2s. Beautiful. Holy shit. I want this for Zinnia. Good thing Zinnia doesn't have green.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to copy Asika's Chariot with Zinnia. Never mind. Anyway, I can't even play it in that deck. I saw a good point. What was it? Wyatt. Talking about specifically Convoke in Hazel of the Root Bloom. Since Root Bloom wants to tap our untapped tokens, Convoke may be tough.
Oh, yeah, that's a good note. Good note.
Good note.
Oh yeah, we would definitely go X spells in here as well, because you could just destroy the shit out of somebody with a Exsanguinate or Torment of Hailfire. That seems like a pretty good spot to go. Yeah, Throne of the God Pharaoh, that's a classic, right? You're just gonna get value for them being tapped. I would definitely go Throne of the God Pharaoh.
There we go. Just trying to get the right context here. So the converted contains an X. Oh no, it's not right. No, invalid expression, CMCX was ignored.
Yeah, Hydras. You could go Could go Hydras. That's a fun idea.
I'm looking up how to do X spells in the CMC. It didn't show up. I don't know what the syntax is for a X spell in a CMC.
I have no idea. You're the syntax guy.
Oh, I know.
You go, I know. I know.
X is just not something I search a lot. Interesting. Well, I'll have to look that up. But yeah. Oh, you know what? What is it? Lucia? Doesn't Lucia have this? Oh, damn. Sometimes they put...
Oh, the oracle of it?
Yeah, sometimes they put a search on pages for cards that specifically have to do with a thing.
If only.
Damn. Thank you, Jake. Is this gonna work? Commander, black green, M, quotes, squiggle bracket, close it, quotes. There we go.
What a champ.
Jake Just. Oh, hail. Honorary stream monarch. Jake Just 13. I say that to Jake a lot. I'm like, Jake Just 13. Here we go.
Oh, I like the... Yeah, finale.
Go Exsanguinate. Walking Ballista is interesting.
Meat Hook. Oh, you could just do Ballista and Macias in here just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Just have an infinite in there just because.
Awaken is obvious in here.
Yeah. Hanger back.
Yeah, hanger back's obvious. Anything that's gonna make tokens and be X is like kind of insane. Oh my god, Pest Infestation is so good in this deck, dude. Destroy up to X target artifacts or enchantments. Create twice X 1/1s.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, dude.
Ooh, Meat Hook just to end the game with all your tokens dying. That's interesting.
Finisher. Meat Hook has a kill your own stuff, finish the game off.
Dom says, I would want to do something that this commander would be best at. Ramp 2 Eldrazi is common, and lots of commanders do it without being as easy to disrupt, like Omo just recently. Yeah. Very easy to make a ton of mana in Omo.
Go black-green creature token X spells. I like this idea.
Eldrazi Monument is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Eldrazi Monument is cool. It's funny, I took Eldrazi Monument out of the Ulalek deck because I don't think it's great in there to give a 12/12 +1/+1 flying and indestructible. But
it's a cool reprint, but it ain't great in that deck.
I've never had a deck. Yeah. I've never had a card come out of a precon I bought and then seeing Zinnia go quicker back into a deck and be like, oh cool, I have a home for my Eldrazi Monument that I got that definitely doesn't need to go in the Ulalek deck. I was excited about that.
It's very easy to sack a token and just be able to keep that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as easy to start pitching my 10/10s just so my 11/11s can fly.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Right.
All right, that's Root Bloom. We got one more. And then we'll have a little sponsor segment. Thank our sponsors. If y'all stick around for that. And then after, we'll look at what our most recent Bloomburrow spoilers are. And we'll close out analyzing some new cards. What's our last one called? Which one have we not done? Raccoon.
Murda? What is its name? Murra.
Bogo. Bogo. Boga Baga. Togo.
Oh.
What is it?
I don't think it's any of that.
Yeah, Pest Infestation is insane in Hazel. Yeah, I hope, you know, we really kind of highlighted the primary way that we would build this, which is lean into tokens, creature tokens, go big mana. You know, you're copying your tokens to this, then just eventually do something like Meat Hook Massacre, or you're creating a bonkers amount of mana. You could use 3-Tree City in this deck, just go straight squirrel tokens, go big mana, X spells, black, green, 3-Tree City, Gaia's Cradle, huge mana, Exsanguinate, Torment of Hailfire, or Finale of Devastation for the win. With kickers Eldrazi Monument and Craterhoof Behemoth as some finishers. Dom, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for stopping by.
It isn't Moira. Yeah, Dom, thank you for hanging.
No, Trash Tactician was the card that they revealed Expend with. Yeah, so that's
then
Hazel.
I do not know. I don't. It's not Hugs.
No, it's like Boogabaga. It's like Gabaga. It's like Gaba. Gabagoo. It's like Togo. Tagabooga. There we go.
Gabagool.
I got it. It is Bello. I knew it was something like that.
Oh. Good job.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I was looking for a good job on that one. That was kind of fishing for compliments there.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be honest when I'm fishing for compliments, and I was thinking that this commander was called Boogabaga. Okay, Bello, Bard of the Brambles. One green,
this one.
One red,
Okay.
one other. 3/3 Raccoon Bard. During your turn, each non-equipment artifact and each non-aura enchantment, they're like, hey, you told us to stop making equipment in the aura decks. We got you. This one specifically says not those. Non-equipment artifacts, non-aura enchantments you control with mana value 4 or greater during your turn are 4/4s. Elementals, that's relevant. Let's keep elemental in mind. Look up some good elemental cards. Have indestructible, haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
I like that.
I like draw a card.
Draw a card on there.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so this thing here, it seems narrow, but at the same time, there are a lot of random things. Like, for example, a Soul Ring would be able to crack in for 4, right?
Yeah.
So when you start to think about it like that, I almost want to just go like tons of mana rocks with this, and then, you know, smash in with, I don't know. Yeah, like just junk. It seems interesting. It's definitely one of the most interesting role commanders that I've seen in a while. The obvious stuff, oh yeah. So like the One Ring cracking in, Great Henge cracking in. But the thing is they're all going to be 4/4s, and they are all indestructible. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm almost like feeling like all the 2-cost like Arcane Signet, that kind of stuff, is almost going to be more valuable than the higher cost ones, right? It's like, if the goal is to just like go wide with, now wait, a treasure, would a treasure be a 4/4?
No, it's got to be mana value 4 or higher.
Oh, 4 or higher.
Arcane Signet, all the signets.
So I'm wrong about that. Never mind.
All of the manoliths and all of the signets are not relevant
4 or higher. That's right. So they didn't want people to just be able to play an artifact mana rock pile and go wide and kill somebody immediately. That makes sense.
Well, and honestly, this one already feels so straightforward because there's no synergies other than the mana value and a couple of type restrictions. But have you seen the cards that are scrolling by, chat? We're talking about just pick 99 of these and you've got a powerful commander deck. That's not entirely true, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this seems so easy to just be like, I don't know, put the best stuff that's 4+ that aren't equipment or auras, that are artifacts or enchantments.
I was being dumb. I was like, oh yeah, I just read the card. Now let me forget it immediately. Yeah, I think
I'm just looking at what our choices are here. It is interesting
being able to play a Portal of Phyrexia and also swing with it for 4.
Sure.
I think the sweet spot is like, what do we have at 4? What do we have at like 4 and 5? Because that's kind of like the sweet spot is like, how many things can we find at that 4 and 5? Like asceticism is good.
I think cards like Genesis Wave or Kamal's Druidic Vow, that's gonna let you pump mana into X and then dig down and get a bunch of permanents all at once dumped onto the battlefield, not really caring what's coming out, just being like, I'm spinning the wheel and I want more than 3 coming out all at once.
Wait, what is the difference between Primal Vigor and Doubling Season? What am I missing?
All players versus just yourself. Primal Vigor affects literally everybody. That's why it is a $5 card versus Doubling Season, which is probably a $50 card at this point.
Might be. I just saw that and I was like, oh, that seems good.
You know, Pod is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You're in red green, so you don't get Neoform on top of it. What I was gonna say is, like, if you went like
so it is narrow. It is pretty narrow.
Yeah, if you went Bedlam and you just said, I'm going absolute Raccoon Chaos Gruul, where I'm gonna get as many 4 mana value enchantments or equipments, enchantments or artifacts that aren't auras or equipments onto the battlefield as I can.
Yeah. Because
if I can get 5 of them, I'm half on somebody's life total. Especially with something with Bedlam out. Because, I mean, an arm like 5/4/4s, that's an attacking force, man. And you're refilling your hand off of those. I feel like this could be fun. I see a lot of people saying vehicles. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, vehicles. I do like, you know, the damage doublers and triplers. Like, we go City on Fire, we go
now wait, because
Fiery
Bello
Emancipation.
Because Bello is making them a creature. Bello says during blah 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 blah, you control is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types. That means that the vehicle can suddenly attack independently, right?
Yeah, it does.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Greater than or equal to 4. I like Slicer.
Now, what's cool about the vehicles is the vehicles oftentimes have good attack triggers too.
Yeah.
Because they require the crew cost, which is kind of clunky to effectively turn on sometimes. So oftentimes the trigger on them will be pretty good.
Dark 715963. Dark 74155963. Thank you for that username and making me say it by saying a good point in chat. I'm only seeing a bunch of cards that I'm getting a 10/10 turned into a 4/4. I'm getting a 6/5 turned into a 4/4.
Yeah, I think you have to look at those. You have to look at those attack triggers because it's like Horde Hauler, for example. It's going to be indestructible, and when it deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token for each artifact they control.
With attack trigger is relevant here. You're right.
Yeah, so I think, you know, like if you're getting in with Sky Console and you're shooting something for 3, that's kind of cool. This is whenever it attacks, mill 3 cards for each creature card milled this way, create a 2/2 black Necron.
RMS Titanic is pretty sick in this deck because
the Titanic.
We don't
it has
care.
a 1 power
or
1 toughness.
It's a 4/4. We don't care about its power
right, we
toughness.
Don't.
But if we can deal damage, we get to make treasure tokens, but we still lose a lot of value. I mean, at least this one,
because it'll be 4 instead of 7.
Like Cybership is pretty
Still
cool.
Seems good.
Y'all, I don't know about this.
It's weird.
I don't know
it's
about
definitely
the
weird.
idea.
It's very dependent on Bello being on the battlefield, right?
Yeah.
Because if Bello isn't out there, that is just, we are in murky territory. This one,
let's look at the damage plus stuff. Oh,
like,
here we go.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but this might be the least interesting one of all of them that we talked about tonight. I just think it's going to be so clunky to make it good, because it's like you want to run stuff that is just generic and works with your or you want to run stuff that synergizes with the commander. And then you also want a good mix of just like generically good stuff. Like you should be playing just like some big splashy stuff if you're in red green. I don't know. Yeah, the deck's mana curve is going to be clunky. Right, because you're going to be running a Soul Ring, but then you're like, well, my Soul Ring doesn't actually work with my commander. And you're like, I do want to run, you know, Signets and like a couple, you know, 2-cost mana rocks, but then you need to think as well, yeah, those aren't going to work in there either. So it's like maybe you just want to run ramp instead of those low-cost mana rocks.
Blue, white, green. Yeah, that's what Bumbleflower was. Y'all, I just put a new poll up. Just to kind of gauge where y'all are at with these commanders. Bello, Zinnia, Hazel, and Bumbleflower. For Bumbleflower, yeah, people were more into Pillow Fort there. That's crazy.
I think Zinnia, dude. Zinnia for me.
Yeah, it's the one. I wasn't really hyped on these, but after digging into them to upgrade them, I was like, Zinnia is where I told you. That's when I texted you. I was like, this one I think has the most interest because it can be built the most different ways, I think.
Yeah.
And is like something that is not super represented and kind of is changing things. Like this one that we're looking at right now, it's not super new and it's also not like hyper efficient, because I honestly think that if it was hyper efficient, it'd be OP. They had to design it like this. You know what I'm saying? And then Hazel is like, yeah, big mana, big stuff. Play a different song.
Yeah, Hazel's cool. Yeah, I really like Hazel. I like the aesthetic of like having a deck where like you use a bunch of squirrels or, you know, just tokens to summon big stuff.
Right.
And have this really cracked ability on your commander that's just like a pay to life and pretty much play anything you want. I think that's interesting, even if it is an uninteresting line of play, which is I'm just gonna play big stuff early and kill you with giant creatures. It's still kind of a cool direction to go with the deck. This one seems, in Bello, it seems like a fine wine commander, right? Because like the more stuff that comes out, the more things that are going to work with it. But it does kind of seem like a deck that's going to be all over the place. It's like you want to be running like, oh, well, I'm going to run, you know, all the damage doublers and triplers. But then I'm also like, oh, you know, I'll run like an unnatural growth, give double the power and toughness of each creature until, you know, end of turn.
You want your ramp. You don't want your ramp to be on rocks for this deck. You want your ramp to be on creatures, I think, because a lot of your enchantments that are going to be best for this, for a creature-based strategy, are going to love that you already have creatures on the battlefield. So I would reduce the amount of rocks to like Soul Ring and Signet, or maybe even just Soul Ring for this, and go
literally
Birds
like
of Paradise,
like Cultivate and Farseek.
I would start first with Birds of Paradise, Delighted Halfling, Elvish Mystic. I would see where I got, including those first, just because I mean, look at the top 4 cards here. Creatures are going to play better with this. That goes along that same line when you're deck building of know what lane you're in and play towards your lane. What kind of ramp can I do? You got spells to go get lands. So land ramp, you got creature ramp, and you got mana rock ramp. What's going to serve your interest best?
Do Steve and
I'll say this, side note, tangent that I should probably make a whole video about is people use mana rocks too much when they should be using land ramp spells. If you're in green, I really think you should go, do I explicitly need artifacts? If not, why am I running so many mana rocks instead of all of the fantastic 1 and 2 mana ramp spells that exist that bring the land right onto the battlefield? Search for those specifically. But I think people run mana rocks way too much. Seeing green decks run fucking Golgari Signet, I'm like, you're not an artifact strategy. What are you doing? Go get Farseek.
You know, I would have to agree with you. Like in Atali, for example, I run a lot of them. But the reason is because I want not only ramp spells and little 1-cost like Bird of Paradise to be helping, like dorks, but I also want the mana rocks just to like get like a turn 3 or a turn 4 Atali.
Exactly.
But yeah,
that's an all in. I need all hands on deck.
It's really like I see what you're saying. You know, if you are in green, why not just run the just go get the lands out
Armageddon
of your deck.
effects have been hated out of the meta just because people are angry about things getting destroyed, and lands is a good excuse to not have things destroyed because you need them to play. And so people can be crotchety about it, and people can't be like, well, I think you're ramping out of control. Have you seen Nadu? Armageddon's a problem? Are you kidding me?
Armageddon, I have to agree though. It's like you can't really play a casual game of Magic and be running Armageddon. Is just kind of where I'm at.
I think that Armageddon has a place at more tables than people give it credit for. Because if I'm playing down, sitting down, and like it's our first game, me and you and Dom and somebody, and we haven't played in a while, and everybody's like, let's go high power. Yeah, Dom has any deck with green in it, I'm gonna run Armageddon.
Well, sure. I think
But
in that situation, if there is a rule zero convo that's like, yeah, let's play high power. All right, I'm gonna run a deck with Armageddon.
Right.
Then that's great. But yeah, if I'm like catching a game with like a couple random people and it's like someone gets to a turn 4 Armageddon, you better have a win condition on that board.
Right. This plan better end in I'm not sitting here for 5 more minutes to redo the first 4 turns.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's definitely some directions to take Bello. I think it's, for me, just specifically, it seems too all over the place for me to for it to be a deck that I want to get behind.
I figured out what I want to do with this. These are all of the enchantments or artifacts that aren't equipments or auras. Oh wait, hang on. Minus type equipment should not have returned Embercleave. Interesting. Anyway, we won't count Evercleave, but this are all the ones with the word double on them. And so I'm just going to run like a double deck. So we're going to have all of the enchantments that say the word double. Attacking creatures have double strike, deals double damage, deals double damage, deals double damage.
Oh, now I'm getting into bed with your idea.
Now you have an idea?
This is more fun to me.
Right, exactly. So we just go, oh yeah, this is my double triple deck. This is called a double triple. Yeah, dude.
Triple double.
Yeah, dude, it's a triple double, man. Here we go.
Triple double.
This is called Bello's triple double. And we're going to run every card that says double or triple. We know we have some that are good over MV4. So let's just see what else we have tripling here. Oh yeah, dude, triplets definitely flavor in the deck. Thrice Reborn definitely flavored into the deck. This is triple double, baby.
Wait, what does Isengard Unleash do? Damage can't be prevented this turn. Oh no, that's a sorcery.
We're still running it, bro. We're still running it. If a source would deal damage to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, it deals triple that damage instead. And damage can't be prevented. And you can flash it back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Oh, double.
Shared Animosity belongs in the deck. I think Shared Animosity is a 3 cost, but maybe it does.
Bro, look at all the double stuff that we can do. Equipped creature has double strike. Double the counters. I want to make this into a fun deck.
Yeah.
That can pop off sometimes. First we'll go through and put a critical mass, like 20. I think 20 is all we can take, dude. Mana value 4 or greater. Having 20 plus cards in our deck is kind of insane.
Dude, I really feel like the 2 and 3 cost stuff needs to just be like freaking cultivate and that kind of shit.
All ramp.
Ramp. Yeah.
Or like I said, like Genesis Wave. What is going to let us cheat? Not Genesis Wave, because this is only creatures, right? What does this actually say?
Oh, green enchantments that double power.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Reveal the top X cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards of mana value X or less among them onto the battlefield. This is what I'm talking about. We're going to run the doubles and the triples anyway. Any cards that say that. So we're going to be doubling our mana in a lot of cases. And then I want to go get all of our 4/4s all at once. With a card like Genesis Wave. With a card like Kamal's...
Druidic Vow.
You got beat by this card one time. Or not beat, but you saw this one pop off like crazy in a deck that can run it efficiently. Top X cards, any lands or legendary permanents. This one's not really going to pop off here because it's got to be legendary, I'm realizing. This type of effect, though. This type of effect. Double strike draws double cards when you hit. Yes, dude! Now we are cooking with oil. Now we're getting excited about Bello. And then I think we run chaos cards like this, bro. Bedlam, 100%. It's a 4 mana, non-aura enchantment. And it just is like, let's go chaos, baby. All my 4/4s with double strike and
whenever it deals damage, you're drawing a card. It seems like it works well.
Oh, yeah. This is Bedlam in Bello is a 4 mana unblockable creature that says deal damage, draw a card.
Oh, you know what else you should have in here? Psychosis Crawler, because Psychosis Crawler is going to be able to attack, and it's also going to be able to get the indestructible buff. And whenever you draw cards, it's going to burn people down. Psychosis Crawler looking better and better in like everything. Yeah, it just makes this thing a freaking 4/4. Wait. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. So it gets the one thing from
I think this would overplay.
It would. So it would have the potential to be bigger than what Bello makes it, which is cool.
Yeah, I'd have to look up the layers here because this is pretty weird to think about. But I think that you'd be allowed to have a Star Psychosis Crawler that also has Indestructible and Haste. That's interesting to think about.
All Indestructible and Haste.
No, artifact creatures have haste. Bello basically says artifact creatures have haste. Mana value 4 or greater.
Yeah. The issue is when you get into like...
Yeah, you're 6/6 becoming a 4/4.
Yeah, right.
I got more excited about Bello Bard of the Brambles when we made a triple-double.
Double-triple cheeseburger.
Triple-double's a basketball thing.
Double, triple, Bello burger. That's what we'll call this.
I like this idea a lot, actually. Double.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Sword EDH Ruck. Yes. Probably yes. Fire Shrieker is thematic, but is a non-bow with our commander, so I think we leave it out. I think we got to leave all the equipment out.
I like Sulfum.
Sulfum's great in this deck.
Yeah. Sulfum is good.
Minus type aura, minus type equipment. Okay, so any of this should be good. Because as long as it's not an aura or equipment, we're good if it just says the word double on it. As long as it's not too specific. Like Thrakus the Butcher, double the power of each dragon we control. Not really going to be relevant to us here. Yeah, but double target creature's power until end of turn. Our 4/4 becomes an 8/4.
It's better.
Put 2 +1/+1 counters on 2 target creatures. Then if you're the monarch, double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. This court, by the way, is cracked and has been going in more and more cards, more and more decks that I've built. And it's already a $10 card.
I love all those courts. I really liked all of them. The year, like when they came out in Commander Legends, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I would just
like all those
dump all this stuff in here that makes sense. All doubling cube. Yeah, hell yeah. We're playing a little bit themey with double triple. We're playing a little bit into the strategy. We're leaning away from some non-bow stuff by just plain out not running auras and equipments. Unless it's just absolutely 100% shoe in. If we get to the point where we're like, well, we should really be running Lightning Greaves or something like that, we'd be fine with that. But in general, I would just take it. Yeah, dude. Furnace of Wrath attacking for 4 indestructible. If it hits, draw a card. Could take that.
Yeah.
Savage Beating. Brutal in this deck. Yeah, I mean, if we give our stuff double strike, we only need 5 creatures and we can take somebody's entire life total. Especially if we're making them unblockable with something like Bedlam. Chat. Jake 158.37. Chat, those are the 4 new pre-con commanders. Thank you for building them with us. We're not done yet tonight. We're going to still look at some Bloomburrow spoilers that we've had so far. We've gotten a lot of new cards over the past 24 hours or so, just a little more than 24 hours or so. But real quick, we want to talk to you about our sponsors, starting with Card Conduit. Card Conduit is a buy listing service. Very simply, you have a stack of cards on your desk that you're pretty sure or know are all worth $1 or more. That's the kind of stack you should be sending to them, because they're just going to buy list it out, send you cash, charge a small fee, and if you use our code JAJAM, you get to avoid that fee. Hooray!
Yeah, you're gonna mitigate that fee. I've used Card Conduit. It's been a while. I need to put in a new order. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
But depending on what service you decide to use, you can save even more. I like to put in a little bit of extra time. and do the sorted service, and fees are 2% of the total value. It's as simple as going through, using their price check tool, making sure that the cards are indeed worth $1 or more, or at least on their buy list in some capacity. And then you sort them alphabetically, make sure that they're unsleeved, so that when it gets to Card Conduit, they open it up and they're able to just go right through the order based on the, they provide you a list of cards in the order that they want. It's very easy to use their service, and we have had a lot of people, a lot of patrons use it, and a lot of friends in our day-to-day that are Magic players have even told us, like, hey, you know, I've used Card Conduit and I've enjoyed using it, and so yeah, we stand behind this. It's a really good site.
You can go the route of trading your cards for their value, trying to find the ones that you want from the right people. You can go the route of selling your cards online, which I don't know if you've ever done it before, but creating all the listings, it's possible. It's not super difficult, but it gets complicated and time consuming so fast. And if any problems happen, good luck. That is, you've nuked your time. And so the reason that we like Card Conduit so much and hype it up so much, outside the fact that they sponsor the channel, is that we believe in the service really heavily. So simple. Just send them the cards, get some cash, spend that cash on cards you actually want. Card Conduit, go check them out. Use our code JAJAM when you check out over there. Get 10% off your fees. Thank you to Card Conduit for sponsoring the channel.
Yeah, thank you to Card Conduit. And then also TCG Player. That's where we go when we are buying cards. It is a robust marketplace that is just filled with tons and tons and tons of different sellers.
Yep.
And you can poke around, find a card price that works for you, and yeah, it's just really good. You could save sellers over there so that you could go to people that you prefer to
like you trust their shipping,
that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, if you trust how it arrived to you, or you like how it works,
exactly,
then yeah, it's great. It's great.
End of the day, TCG Player, if you're not familiar, is an online store, but it's a lot of online stores all appearing through one marketplace portal, essentially. So you got a lot of market competition. They also have a direct
service, so that, like, if you do a big order, you could get everything directly, or at least in condensed orders kind of thing.
Yeah, that's newer in the last couple of years, where they've got it where the stores that appear on their store portal can send them the cards in advance, so that if players order them, they fulfill all the distribution stuff for a higher take. And but what it means is that conditions are verified and it all arrives in one package, normally quicker. I try to order direct, is typically a couple of dollars extra, because the stores do have to cover their basis on the extra fees that TCG Player costs for storing, sorting, and doing the shipping and stuff. But talk about guarantee on quality, talk about arriving quickly, promptly, compared to the 15 days that TCG Player can sometimes take, because it is every store just competing for your purchase. Use our affiliate link if you're checking out over there. Go shop for cards over there. Drip Shop. Our next drip show could be as soon as next week. We are working on the details, but we are trying to get one up on its feet as soon as Bloomburrow is starting to get open, so that we can get some packs in y'all's hands if possible. Drip Shop is a live marketplace. Go use our link to sign up, and you will get some free drip credit to spend on packs, singles, games, pull box, digi breaks. Jake and I did a digi break last month. That was pretty fun. That was interesting.
It was pretty fun. Yeah, drip is a really cool spot too, where you can find creators and streamers that you like, and then revisit their streams, and then support them by buying packs from them, or participating in their games, or their different kind of whatever services they have going on over there.
Go check out our link over on Drip Shop. Sign up through our link. Get some free dollars over there. You can get anywhere from like $10 to like $250 or something. I think the record I've heard is like $20, somewhere around there, $25. So go check it out and see if you get some free credit over there. Thanks to Drip Shop. Dragon Shield, y'all know him, y'all love him. The best sleeves in the multiverse. MTG Stocks is a website that has got the most robust price tracking tools over time that Jake and I have ever seen. Go check out MTG Stocks if you want.
We use MTG Stocks all the time to help us, help inform us on, getting buying a card at a good price. If a card is super scarce, and we're able to go back and look at the chart and see, oh, it's probably scarce because, well, it hasn't been presented in a while. And then, you know, we use MTG stocks for all sorts of stuff. I think the site goes back all the way to like 2012 or something. So it's a really nice site.
Price alerts, minute movers, trending, expanded interest, penny stock usage, card kingdom, comparisons with TCG players, so you can pit the two sites against each other and get the best prices that you possibly can. MTG stocks is just fantastic. You've seen it on the channel before, probably. We love it. Go check them out. And then Moxfield, follow us over there. We've got a profile. Let me go to it. I'll drop the I'll drop the link here. Jake and I put all of our decks over on Moxfield. Go click follow. We've got 569 followers. Maybe we don't need any more followers.
569 seems pretty good.
Maybe we just leave it there.
569? That's pretty good.
Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors for making it possible for Jake and I to work on this channel full time. And thank you to all of our Patreon members. If you want to click on that link pinned to the top of the chat, it is the last thing we will pump tonight, and that is our very own Patreon. We've got occasional, once a month-ish, behind-the-scenes videos. We got signed cards, JAJAM custom Dragon Shield sleeves. You just pay for shipping. We got a playmat, custom playmat over there. Meetings with us, appearance in our live streams. Tons of perks up and down the chain over there. Go check it out. Jake, have you seen anything in Bloomburrow that just blew you away?
Starting to come out. Well, we've talked about a lot of it tonight with you know, some of these commands. I'm very excited about Zinnia, but yeah, you know, Three Tree City is pretty good.
Look at these beautiful versions of Three Tree City. It's going to be interesting. I mean, basically every Kindred deck is going to even have a customizable look on which Three Tree City you run. I love it, man. It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Love the variations on this.
Lots of high prices on those. Wow. The pre-sale prices of that are just gnarly.
Which one is okay? So the dark green summer one or spring one. That's probably fall. That's probably summer. So that'll be spring. So the spring one is your most expensive right now.
That's the premier, huh?
55.
People like spring.
It's the green tree, not the red tree. 2 mana, Offspring 4. When it enters, look at the top 4 cards. Reveal a non-creature, non-land from among them. Put it into your hand. Non-creature, non-land. 2 of them for 6.
It's kind of good.
With a 1/2 and a 1/1 left behind. Interesting.
Kind of good.
Interessante. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your... Oh, is that the same card? Oh, it's the same. What the hell's going on? Hang on.
It looks like it's got a couple different art versions. Oh, bundle version. That's what it is. Okay.
Okay, so this is just like a creature that you would typically run in a deck like this.
Yeah.
A 2 mana 1/2 that ETBs, look at the top 4, get an instant or sorcery into your hand, basically. You can also hit enchantments, which is kind of cool, and artifacts, as long as it's not a creature. But it's also got upside. It scales up. It's not terrible.
I think I like it.
Yeah. And I think it would be busted, honestly, for 4 mana to leave 2 power on the field. And if that offspring was 2, I'm saying, to then dig down 8 cards and pull 2 non-creature non-lands into your hand. I think it'd be busted. So I think it's appropriately cost too.
You may reveal a non-creature non-land card and put it into your hand. I mean, yeah, it's pretty strong for 6.
Digging down 4. Don't these typically dig down like top 3? I think I've seen some that dig down top 4. Gotta be. We saw the quest caller. Saw the rock caller. Oh, this card has a name. I need everyone here to know this. Jake, I need you to know this as well so you can fight the good fight with me.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm pulling up a tweet. Here we go. From the artist, Zach Stella. Warren Warleader for Magic the Gathering Bloomburrow. Acrylic. 18 by 24. A portrait of my late rabbit Edward. Making this a favorite. I not so secretly hope it catches on that people refer to the card as Edward the same way people know Dark Confidant as Bob. So, everyone, let me introduce you to Edward the Rabbit. This is Ed. Everybody needs to know that this is Ed. And we need to call it
Edward
Ed.
started as my wife's rabbit from when we started dating.
Let me make this smaller.
She affectionately
so
called him the monster under the bed. Oh my god.
First time we hung out, he didn't like me and nipped me, but once his room became my painting space and we were in each other's company more, he warmed up. Oh, look at that sweet baby. Look at that rabbit.
That's
just chilling.
Edward. Nice. Aw. Edward, immortalized as Warren Warleader. That's great.
Make sure that everyone knows this is Edward the Rabbit. Wanted Bloomburrow's aesthetic to feel like older Magic sets with a stress on texture and tangible mark making. It was super fun to really go to town with the painting knife. That's so tight. So tight to see a full-on, badass, legitimate painting. I'm not knocking digital art at all, but this seems like it'll be the
this is really
more
cool.
dying route.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Really love that. So Edward the Rabbit. Please remember, that is Edward the Rabbit. We are going to spread this all through the burrow.
Did you retweet it?
I did.
Nice.
I commented and said, this is now my mission. And I retweeted and said, everyone, this is Ed.
Good.
Edward the Rabbit needs to be known. Bro, this treatment I keep seeing, and every time I see it, I'm like, damn, that's a cold ass honky. It's a cool looking card.
It seems pretty sweet. And I do like the idea of, oh my god, $50. Jesus.
So stupid.
Y'all,
if anybody wants to buy one of these for $50, DM me and I'll sell you one for $50.
Jeez.
You go ahead and PayPal me and I'll get you one as soon as the set's revealed. Released, no problem.
It is a really interesting commander. This is one where we brought up its the way that it works with Seeds of Innocence, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, lots of cards popping because of this set right now. Lots of old green cards that say destroy all artifacts that people are like,
Mm-hmm.
By the way, is this just a staple in Commander now? You can promise an opponent a gift as you cast this spell. Want to reiterate again, you don't have to gift a card to the opponent whose stuff you're destroying. That card can go in any direction you want to appease whoever at the table you want to appease.
Yeah,
then
this is very good.
You destroy 2 artifacts or enchantments for 2 mana? What?
Yes.
Are you
this
kidding?
Seems extremely good.
It's like, is there a green commander deck that you're not like, I feel like I should probably just run this?
Destroy target artifact or enchantment if the gift was promised. Instead, destroy 2 at a rate of 2.
2 mana.
Yeah, man.
Bro, that's brutal.
Easy run. Queen Honey, what's up? Good to see you.
Super crazy.
Yeah,
little
man.
uncommon there. Love seeing that one. That can make a good short. 213, Jake. Clement the Warrior. 3 mana, 3/3 Vigi Frog Druid. Whenever Clement or another creature you control enters, return up to 1 target creature you control with lesser mana value to its owner's hand. Oh my god, shenanigans.
Oh,
it says up to 1, so you can choose not to. Yeah, massive shenanigans. Then, frogs you control have tap for green or blue only for creature spells.
Yeah.
That seems real good. It also has that. So this is a 3 mana dork with upside out of the command zone. Just pointing that out.
Yeah.
Guaranteed turn 3 ramp. This reminds me of cards like is this the name of the kid? Yeah, Kellen. Yeah, see, I've been playing this as Brawl, as excuse me, as a Brawl commander. It's insane to have a guaranteed 2-mana ramp spell every single Brawl game that I play. I'm always like, well, my 2-mana play is investigate, explore.
I see. You essentially were like, I just want to have a growth spiral on my commander.
Right. That makes an artifact that I can play with.
Or an explore, excuse me.
Right. Minus the card draw, but it's making it investigate. So just the value of ramp out of the command zone is something that can't be understated.
Yeah.
Guaranteed ramp.
Yeah.
Consistent ramp.
I mean, he's kind of interesting.
Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. I can't wait to see. This is a new one for me, Jake, because we haven't seen these. These special treatments were not revealed to us. They are doing these for the commanders, for the face commanders. So for the first time ever, outside Secret Lair, we're gonna have variants of precon commanders. No. We got them in MH3. We had profiles of them in MH3.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Is that the only other time? Minus like a reprint in another set. I'm talking like the set that they came out in. Did that set have alternate versions of them? MH3 was yes, and now Bloomburrow was a yes. But Thunder Junction was a no, but Thunder Junction was the first time where we saw that new treatment that commanders are going to have, that like borderless showcase kind of art now, instead of having a frame or even being extended.
Oh, in OTJ?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because with Murders, the commanders were still, basic frame.
Yeah, I think with the commanders, it made sense. If it's a face commander, then do it like an OTJ forward. Just make all of the commanders a borderless alternate
like
art kind of thing.
Like Stella right here.
You should. Absolutely.
But what I'm also saying is it's nice when they also give us an alternate of a commander that we really particularly like, especially the face commanders, because they're going to get played more than any other commander. It's nice to have a variant to also chase. So I'm interested, and I'm looking forward to seeing this Japanese alternate frame with the 4 precon commanders. I'm interested to see what Zinnia looks like, for example, because I want to play Zinnia. Cool. Love this treatment too, man. These Bloomburrow frames, I don't know what these are called yet. I haven't memorized this treatment.
I like that it's very clearly blue-green.
Oh my God, thank you, it's please, neat. And just thank you. Make it glance parsable what the color of the card is, please, God.
The full art basics are also very cool in this as well.
Yep. Definitely.
Seen a lot of folks being excited with these, and it's cool to see them in, different times of the year.
There's a lot of options. It's cool. I was going to say there's going to be a ton of customizability with these decks, with these lands in particular. That's going to be nice.
The plains, I think I like the most. The swamps look cool, but like the plains are pretty tight.
Yeah, this one's kind of getting a little far away from, like, I glance at this and I'm seeing a blue land. Same here. I'm looking at this, I'm seeing a green land.
Yeah.
I would prefer if we can just, like, glance and see, at least to some degree, what we're looking at color-wise. But it is what it is.
That's fair.
When it enters, tap up to one target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. And you can do it to yourself and draw 2 cards. I like the versatility here. 3 stun counters is brutal, dude. You're going to have this played against you, playing against the Simic deck in Standard. Tap down one of your creatures and put 3 stun counters on it. Woof.
If I'm like in a Sultai kind of thing, throw it on whatever I'm about to sacrifice, right? Then I'm drawing 2 cards and we just, go aristocrats with that.
Looking at Commander, you want to permanently turn something off? Proliferate those stun counters, biatch.
Yeah. You could just put them on somebody's commander.
Yeah, dude. We're just going to lock your attacker out. Yeah, hilarious.
That's pretty tilting. It's pretty good.
It's like one step above Darksteel Mutation-ish type effect, where it's like you can't recast it and get your value out of it. We're just going to keep it locked. But if it's got passives or triggered abilities, you're still good.
You can run Crystal Shard in this deck, right?
Oh my god!
Whatever runs this guy, that way you can return him.
Yes.
Play him again, stun something up. It's a pretty annoying little frog wizard.
Definitely. Target creature gets +2/+2. Another one gets +1/+1. First strike life. Good God, bears have extended their reach.
Yeah, this is a
bear
monster. This is a massive card.
We're talking limited here, chat. This is God, I love the art of this too. Those two like crystal daggers. This is a cool looking card. I like this card a lot.
You know, it's easy to, in limited, look at this and be like, yeah, I'm going to get to something with a 3 toughness pretty quick. I'm just going to say this. This bear has so much upside potential. If you decide to go with like any sort of tricks in your deck, anything that's like, and I'm talking about limited here, but anything that's just like target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn, or, anything like, like this, right?
Making that
that's
4/4.
A blowout. That bear can just lead to an absolute blowout game.
Gain 4 life, kill their thing. Woo!
Yeah, it's massive, dude.
That's a sexy
That's
one.
a very good card.
Oh, look, Anna Margaret. Shout out Anna Margaret. She revealed Galewind Moose.
Oh, nice.
6 mana, 6/6 flashing Vigi reach trample. Dog, what in
God's name were they thinking with this?
I have to play around this? I have to go, well, they've got 6 mana untapped. They're probably gonna play Galewind Moose. This thing is gonna kick your ass, Jake. This thing is gonna kick both of our asses.
Here's a good idea.
Vigilance.
6/6 Vigi reach with trample that has flash. The F word on it.
This is not a card I wanted the F word on. Yeah, so, welcome to Canada, bitch. That's right,
so
Buzzfuzz.
Okay, before blocks.
All right, yeah, is that attackers are declared? Moose. Anything else?
Got my moose. I'm gonna block whatever your biggest thing is. I'm gonna kill it. And now I'm ready to crack back with a 6/6 Vigi trample.
Stay able to block.
Thank God it's an uncommon, dude.
Yeah, I want to see this as much as possible. Make it common.
Make it like super common, which is like every pack has a moose.
Everybody just gets a moose. It's like the land.
Yeah,
everybody gets a moose and nobody cares about it at the end.
Yeah.
First striking 2/1.
I think that's the only way to make it to where people don't play that card is to put it in every pack.
Brazen Collector's kind of cool. 2/1. First striker attacks out a red that you can use for the rest of the turn. Why did they change? By the way, chat, can anybody tell me this so I don't have to go look it up and use my brain? Why did they change heroic to valiant? Whenever Heartfire hero becomes the target of, is it the first time each turn? Is that why it's not heroic? It's valiant. The creatures of this plane aren't heroic, they're valiant. Whenever it becomes a target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Oh wow, well I mean this is a playable 1/1 if there's a deck that wants to do this. If there's a deck that'll play well enough with this, that's got multi potential for targeting, Heartfire Hero's dope.
They should have put first strike on that moose.
Jake can't get past the moose. That's because nothing can, because it's a 6/6 with vigilance and reach.
The moose, don't let the moose loose.
Dude.
Let's just say that.
Oh man. Yeah.
Moose is loose.
Yeah, so I didn't get a great pool, but my top end is 2 Galewind Moose, so my whole plan is just kind of ramp to those and be like, hey, yeah, you're probably going to win some games.
Yeah.
Offspring 2, Iridescent Vine Lasher. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. Oh, nice. If there's a black-green landfall deck in Standard, this is 100% a player.
Cool. Landfall.
You can
I like this.
Drop it on turn 1. I love, honestly, let's go off on a side note here. I love that landfall has become a evergreen mechanic and is not tied to like just Zendikar anymore, I am a big fan of lands doing things. Get it going. I'm into it. Thank you, Wizards. Keep it coming, please.
I like that little lizard assassin right there.
Good
It's
turn
fancy.
1 play, good turn 3 play.
Yeah.
Land enters 1 to target opponent. Oh, this is honestly, if we get invited to the preview thing for we haven't been invited to the preview thing for a while now. They've really tightened up that circle. But if we do this time, this is when I'd want to play. I know we'll get invited to the MTGO, and maybe we should take advantage of that this time, by the way.
This is
Jake.
pretty good.
Because MTGO has the same thing a day later, and we are auto-invited as a part of that thing. Something to talk about. Iridescent Vine Lasher, I like. That's cool. I want to build a deck with that and see if we can Vine Lasher, Offspring, Landfall, shoot people. 2 mana Offspring 2, beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains double strike or trample until end of turn. It'll be good if there's a mouse aggro deck. That'll
Kind of good.
That'll definitely be into it. I like how Offspring scales up. It's like you can play this for 2. It's a decent creature. If you got the mana late, you want to pump it in there. It's nice. It lets you use all your stuff.
It reminds me of Kicker. You know, it's I know that's a meme.
It's absolutely.
But it's Kicker.
Every ability is.
It's
Kicker.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoraline, I think we've seen. Bat, you control attacks, gain a life. Enters your attacks, pay 2 life. When you do, return a creature, permanent, mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter, and that finality counter just means if it leaves the battlefield, it gets exiled instead of, no, if it goes to the, what is it? If it goes to the graveyard, Jesus Christ, they've made some of these no reminder text abilities now, and I'm like, I haven't learned it yet. Give me a second. If a creature with a finality counter on it would die, exile it instead. So you're not going to get death triggers. You need to be relevant. You need to be aware of that with this finality counter stuff. Once it has a finality counter on it and it dies, you're not going to get death triggers because it's going to be replacement effect and exile it instead. It's so you can't reanimate it, but it also turns off death abilities. Anything seeing anything die, like the treasure maker pirate, the creature dies, create a treasure token. Not going to happen because it's going to exile instead of die. Just something to be relevant. Just something to be aware of. With finality counters.
I like this bat, dude.
It's cool. It's cool. Having Bat Kindred have just like, here's your commander. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gift of food. I'm so willing to do. So yeah. 3 mana.
Like if we go like red white, for example, right? Yeah, man. Yeah.
+2/+0 first strike if we gift a food. Sun's Spine here. Let's consumed by greed is target opponent sacks a creature with greatest power among creatures they control. If the gift was promised, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So you can get your creature back if you give them the opportunity to maybe draw another removal spell for it.
I think I like this.
I like it's got to be greatest power. I've liked them leaning toward that with these types of effects lately.
That poor squirrel.
This art is, I gotta say, this art is
oh my god, it's like they're saying, please, we will give you this. Let me get my friend out of here. That squirrel right there looks absolutely terrified.
Man,
not the one in there, the one that is like, this one is like, I love that squirrel.
I like how this one's telling everybody else,
squirrels alone.
Turn around.
Yeah, bro.
Don't come here.
This is some intense
Seriously.
art. It's almost more intense when you put little animals in this situation instead of like, if that were just like some dude soldier getting pulled into the ground, I don't think I give a shit. But when you turn it into a squirrel, I'm like, I feel the peril.
I feel the peril is a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. Cool art for sure. Cool card. 3 mana, target opponent sacks a creature. What is the name of the card that is this but bigger? There's like a rare that you can run in Commander. That's a black and 2, I think. Instant speed. Says each opponent maybe sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker.
The only stuff I'm thinking
greatest
about are
mana
like
value?
flesh bag marauder type effects, like plague, whatever.
Oh,
And
there's a rail. There's a rare. It's got a dragon on it with like a spear through it or something.
something triumph.
Dragon color black. I know it's a sorcery. Oh, I know it has sacrifice on it. We're gonna get there, chat.
I think it's from like.
Damn it, I didn't get there. Oh no, it is an instant. It's got to be an instant.
Yeah.
Yes, Soul Shadow.
Foul
Here we
Tongue
go.
Invocation. Oh, I was
Got
thinking Foul
him.
Tongue Invocation.
Declim knew it was from ZNR. Points to Declim. 30 house points
Well,
to
look at Foul
Declim.
Tongue Invocation. It's in the same search query.
Oh, was it?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. There you go. Target player sacks a creature. If
But
you
you
reveal
have
a
to have a-
dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, though. Each opponent sacks a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers they control. By the way, black commander players, y'all should be running this a little bit better. Bro,
I don't know. Like, I'm kind of. I
I've
mean,
never
it does have to
seen-
be the highest, so that's good.
Yes, and I have never seen this not hit 3 things that people were like, "Damn it!" For
It is
3
each
mana
opponent.
at
It is each
instant
opponent.
speed.
Each opponent is good.
I'm telling you, if your commander has
Yeah.
black in the color
Yeah,
identity,
it's
this
because
is a
it's a
card you
3
should
for 1.
consider.
It is worth playing. Yeah,
It's brutal. It's only ever
Yeah.
hits hard, and not enough people run it.
that's a good.
Reminds me of that. This makes it a target and gives you the upside of grab a card from your graveyard.
Enchant creature or food. It also has flash. Enchanted permanent is a colorless food artifact. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just like some basic kind of removal.
Not, bro, you're undervaluing this in Commander. This
Yeah,
is,
I mean, well, it's like an imprisoned by the moon, right?
exactly. Exactly. This just became competitive for top tier removal in blue. Top tier commander removal in blue. And it flashes in. Bro.
I like the art on it.
Art is premier. The removal is premier. This card needs to be on your radar. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And like the only downside to this versus Imprisoned is that they don't get any ability to sack it with Imprisoned. This at least they can pay 2 and go away. It ain't as good as Imprisoned. Don't get it twisted. But
Right.
turning off all card
That's
types
what I
and
was
abilities.
saying is like, because it's a food, they're just gonna sack it. But
Sure.
yeah, I mean, it's still a very good card. I think in limited, it's excellent.
I don't know why you would enchant a creature or food. Why would you enchant a food with this?
Maybe they're just trying to
Maybe it's a flavor
be
thing.
flavorful. I think it's a flavor thing.
Oh, and literally flavor thing because you're sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
4 mana, players can't gain life. God, they are hating on life gain players recently. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. Enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basics that player controls. This is insanity. This is an enters ability. You can blink this. I want to run this in Zinnia. Holy crap, dude. 6 mana, 2 copies of this.
Holy fucking shit. This is probably the card that I am like easy top 5 most stoked on in the set.
This is hilarious, dude.
This card is honestly extremely gnarly. Like non-basics, people run a ton of them. In Commander, most people's decks are non-basics. The whole deck.
Declin just hit me with Price of Progress, and I'm never gonna recover.
Price of Progress.
I
love that it's a cat.
I'm never
Wow.
moving on from Price of Progress. Yeah,
It comes in as a 5/4, dude. I feel like this thing, with the amount of damage that it brings with it, it could have been a freaking 2/3 for 4, and I would have still liked it.
yeah.
A 5/4 for 4 with this ability on it, this thing is gonna close games. Like,
I
you
have
get
to
to the
feel like
end
it
of a
will.
game of Commander where people are at like freaking 10 life. This thing very well may come in and kill that player.
And you can tell Nick has been watching our content because Nick said ... and it's a cat.
And it's a cat. Exactly. It deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basics that player controls. Now, if you are going like
3 colors. Yeah, if you're running this in a 3-color deck like Zinnia, like I was talking about, I'm definitely going to be punishing myself.
Yeah, sure. It's going to hurt you as well.
I like it, man.
I like that it's balanced like that. That's fine.
This art goes hard too. That's an entire sun. They were just like, I'm Martin Witt. Whoa, look at this last name, bro. Martin, your last name. Whitfuth? You sound like a fantasy. What was
Martin
that?
Whitfuth.
What was that?
That's
what was
interesting.
That book back in the day that they made into a movie with the tiny little people that live in the walls? The Borrowers. Whitfuth sounds like a borrower last name.
Enters, it deals damage each. Okay, so if we are running like a City on Fire, or if we're running like a Fiery Emancipation.
Yeah.
Is Fiery Emancipation if a source is dealt to an opponent, or is it you as well?
I think it's everybody. Permanent player, triple that damage instead.
Okay, so this thing could absolutely just kill the shit out of you as well. I think I like it.
I think I like it too. Yeah,
I think it's gonna really thrive in like a red-green beats, where like you have a good amount of basics on the battlefield. Yeah. I think that's probably a good spot to put it.
Every color is just getting a bomb uncommon creature, I guess. If you see this, you take it and you play this.
Jesus. That.
I don't know.
You play that.
I don't know why this thing has reach. I guess it can jump.
It shouldn't.
Beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +X/+0, where X is Brambleguard Captain's power. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
One of those types of effects.
I saw that one earlier and I was like, all right.
Expend 4, control raccoons you control get +1/+1, gain Vigi.
Now that's really good, because that's just like if you play this card and then you are spending mana to cast stuff, you're essentially just getting a passive effect that's just gonna, or a passive trigger. This is pretty cool.
And Vigilance is so
like,
strong, dude. Vigilance.
Play it for 3 and then the next turn you play something for 4, and now this is cracking in for like a 4/5.
4/5 Vigilance. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this card is a freaking house.
Plus, you're like, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have raccoons up and down the chain. Oh wow, we can get a little standard deck going. 2 mana raccoon. Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about, or wanting to look for. So you play this on turn 2. Whenever you expend 4, put a +1/+1 on it, and it's a mana dork. This on 3, expend 4 +1/+1 and Vigi for raccoons. Good. And then yeah, I mean, pick a turn 5 raccoon.
Bro, that Bramble Guard that we just looked at
we'll just
with the Vigilance.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. If I'm playing limited, I am playing that, and I don't give a shit if I don't have another raccoon in the deck.
Correct.
Like, this is just a 3/4 that whenever I'm playing stuff, it's getting Vigilance and +1/+1 till end of turn. I can't ask for any more from a card at a mana rate of 3. You could get this online. Well, when they bring well, it won't matter as much then. I was thinking about when they bring Llanowar Elf into the format, be like consistently get this online on turn 2, but in that kind of deck, it's not going to matter that much.
Hey Jank, we need stats on trivia. We got two nights of trivia now. We need to keep stats on who's placing, who's winning, and who's placing. We'll talk about
Jank's like, I just came here to watch. Now you're putting me to work.
Show up to work, Joel. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
Good to see you, Jank.
I don't know if it'll be relevant too much, but the way expend works is during a turn. When you spend your 4th mana during a turn, so you could cast a 4 mana instant and trigger this. Yeah. It's just +1/+1 because Vigi doesn't really matter on your opponent's turn, but and so it's not this card, but I'm wondering, will it matter to have expend also be relevant at instant speed.
I like that it's like a steampunk raccoon as well. Yeah. It's got on these like makeshift goggles and glasses.
Non-creature spells all have flash. Wait.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, holy shit. Just 3 mana. All of your artifacts, enchantments, and sorceries and battles are now flash. For 3 mana?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything intense, Jank. Really just like who wins the night. Maybe who wins top 3 the night, and then where me and Jake place. So we can get a little leaderboard going. I feel like flash 3 mana non-creature spells have flash for just you is generically good regardless of anything else that this card says. It's on a creature with a 2-butt, so it's fragile.
Right.
We just talk about what's in front of us, Jank. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats you control get +1/+1 untap them. So, yeah. I mean, it's just a nice... I would treat this as a beautiful, fragile little enchantment that's going to make all my shit besides creatures flash, because that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's real good. And it's a wizard.
Yeah.
Relevant creature type.
I mean, given stuff flash is just nutty.
Yeah. And everything is going to have it. And not once per turn, but forever. Chat, that's what we got on Bloomburrow so far. We are in progress with this. We'll be reviewing it through next week.
We've got content coming out every day. We are cruising on to 80,000 subscribers on this channel. If you happen to be hanging out here and you are not a subscriber and you enjoyed this stream, I mean, a lot of you here are the usual suspects. So I'm sure most of you are subscribed, but if you are not subscribed and you enjoyed this stream, you want to come catch a stream in the future, you want to see what we have to say about Duskmarn when that comes out, and then all the stuff in the future with Final Fantasy and just Marvel and all the Magic stuff in the future, make sure that you are subscribed and definitely come join us again in the future.
I like that they just let Chuck go crazy here. He was like, what is it? What's the prompt? Frog, wizard, noble? All right, stop talking.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Nutso looking frog, wizard, noble here. Love it.
Now, this is a cool frog where you don't have to go frogs. Like, this is something where you can definitely...
generic Sultai good stuff commander here.
Yeah, generic Sultai good stuff. Hard to tell if I want to go this direction. There's something about Sultai that I'm like, I don't want to build it. I think it's the green and the blue. What
this really entices me for is making a Sultai Reanimator deck, which I have not done, and then just lean into the other text on here as like the strategy of the main, main build. But Surveil 2 reminds me a lot of
Surveil 2 is very good.
What's the name of the blue black commander?
Tasigur.
No, that I built Rona, Herald of the Invasion.
Oh.
Having a 2 or 3 mana commander that lets you start filling up your graveyard. That is why I was so interested, because I can, in a game where this works out, turn 2 Rona, turn 3, tap, draw a card, discard Shieldred, discard Jin-Gitaxias, reanimate that turn. And you are just like starting to power out these threats that must be answered as quickly as you possibly can. And that's what I love to do with Reanimator decks. And so when I see a commander that can come down on maybe turn 2, depending on the ramp, because we got green in our colors. If we hit like Bird of Paradise on turn 1, we're very possibly pulling this off. So turn 2 or 3 commander that can put up to 2 cards off the top of our library into our graveyard, that's beautiful. That's how I would look at this, as like a generically solid as hell. I mean, God, Death Touch on a 2/4 to boot. Yeah, and you can look at the top and anything 4 or greater you're casting and playing land. Like, God This commander's everything.
Yeah, it's just like an Oracle Moldiah in Sultai.
Dirt Sleep, that's awesome. Dirt Sleep, could you send us that? We haven't seen that out in the wild. Wizards contracted us to make a couple ads for them. One for MH3, one for Bloomburrow. Short form ad. I haven't run into one in the wild, but we've got a couple of comments that people have seen them. I'd be interested to see that content.
Love to hear that people have seen them.
Yeah, that is good to hear. Yeah, this frog is just like, honestly, kind of seems DTF, but definitely wants to surveil.
He seems bored.
He's too good. He's like, I'm so bad. I'm so tired of winning.
It's like, I'm so freaking tired and bored and
got all the best colors. I do all
it's
the
like
best
Michael
things.
Fassbender's character in 300. He's like, hopefully down there's somebody who can kill us.
Right. Exactly. That's what he's hoping for at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. This actually this would be a really good one, Jake, to build specifically as like a two-headed giant commander for when we play that. Look up the best black, green, and blue cards that have the like team up stuff and have the like you can help cast, or say target player draws a card. Only put that kind of stuff in there so it can help the other person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Because it's a perfect blocker. It ramps you. Put extra, you definitely want to run like enchantments that say you can play extra lands and stuff to turn this into a pseudo Oracle of Moldiah. And then you can fill up your graveyard, reanimate some stuff. It's just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Anyway, chat. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. New video out tomorrow. Little format breaker
we
out
nailed
tomorrow.
Our games. Oh yeah, we got a really fun one coming out tomorrow that
it's a little different than
together.
anything y'all have ever seen on the channel. So if y'all would do me a favor, just like go and give it some love if you like it tomorrow morning when that comes out. Because we want to know what y'all think. It's kind of one that we'd like to do every set. So little format breaker. We'll see how it goes. Something y'all never seen from us. Like to keep it fresh around here. All hail our stream monarch, Jesper. All hail.
Yes, Jesper, thank you again.
Crowns in chat for Jesper.
Everybody who hung out here till the end, we ended up getting 89 likes. We got 92 people watching. We do appreciate all of you so much. Everybody who tunes in every week.
Cross that 69 number. William Isbister became a member. Jesper super chatted. Nice. Colby super chatted. Jay Deacon super chatted, but Jay Deacon left right after that super chat. But we do appreciate the super chat, Jay Deacon. Six in the Sticks super chatted. East to West, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate y'all.
We will be looking into the sound stuff. That is something that we've heard a couple times, and we'll probably go ahead and correct that, get that squared away.
Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your night. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back live next Wednesday. Past that, we'll catch you in the Discord. Nightbot, perfect timing. Nightbot was like, join their Discord before you leave. Join the Discord.
There we go, Nightbot. That's what's up.